Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Wolfpack Wednesday, the show where you get to be yourself and hang out with four cool dudes. So, aren't you lucky? Welcome to another show. Good to be back with my boys. Good to be back with the crew in the chat. Hope you all had a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful New Year. If you guys notice, my background's a little bit different. I'm not flaunting my Hot Toys anymore because I'm actually transitioning out. I'm transitioning to Legos because Hot Toy was just too much for me to bear.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
I'm just kidding. I can't do that. All of my figures are straight over. I just moved some stuff around. I know the boys were like, don't do it. It's too much, but it's a better living opportunity for me. Like, the cases are all together now, and I will be doing a tour, so you guys are going to see, soon. So the office is actually like in its own little cove, an office area, and then my figures are all right over here that I can see, and then the living area is actually bigger. With the cases were under the TV, now they're gone, so there's just more room. So it works. The only drawback is I have plain Jane background of nothing. So
could you get like really cool pictures, like posters or something with some lights?
I could, but I got my buddy here. I got my buddy Thunder.
Yeah, that's buddy.
Thunder. All right, so there. But then if I move this, so here's all the figures. So I still am collecting. It's just everything is together, and so I'm stacking the 6 series back on top, and then now I can get a little bit more too now. So I'm not totally maxed out for space. So. Kind of a give and take. So, maybe I'll get like those cube storage things and I'll just line up a couple figures here. So at least there's something, but it's a work in progress. But I know DLO's ashamed. I can see his judging eyes. Sneaker's just laughing, and Brick is just like, I got to see this.
I don't like it
first.
I don't like it.
So.
I just know you're going to switch back in like 4 months.
No, I really do like it. I do like the look of it. And it's so open now, but it's kind of like Sneaker has, like just the cases in an L shape. So
it is nice doing that, like having them all together in one area like that.
So, but anyways, enough about that. I knew everybody was going to be asking. I didn't want to have no figures because I didn't want to be looking totally weird, but we just have one. So
you literally look like you're doing a Zoom call for work right now. Not to put a figure away. That's what it looks like. Sorry, I've been quiet, but it's just I'm hurting on the inside right now.
No, I know. I think eventually I'll get something.
I was gonna say, is this what you do for video calls? You just put one figure on your desk when you're talking to people at work. It's just one random.
Tell me where they touched you. Where
was it kind of weird when I would do video calls and then people would see all the figures behind me. So not ashamed, but at the same time.
Oh, you already did do that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have had a video call for work back when I was behind me in the office. So. Anywho, how are all you boys doing? Did you guys have a good New Year's?
Had a great New Year's.
Yeah. Do anything fun? Did you guys stay up? What the hell's going on here?
Yeah, it was kind of like not voluntary. I'm in the South, so pretty much just fireworks and gunfire until about 1 a.m. So,
man,
fireworks,
gunfire.
Sounds like Florida.
It is Florida, very Florida.
Brick, yeah. Did you see what Hawk said? You're the backstop winner.
I'm the backstop winner. I don't know if he meant backdrop winner.
Backdrop winner, maybe. And
if that's the case, man, you should see.
I thought maybe it was another raffle, like the backstop raffle or something. So,
no,
I stayed up till New Year's Eastern time, but then I decided to pack it in at 11:50. Excuse me, 11:50 my time. So, once you get older, you're just like, it's just another night. So,
yeah.
Excuse me.
It was funny because my son has been trying to stay up until midnight every year. Well, he's 6, so the last few years. And last year, he stayed up until 15 minutes before. And then this year, he stayed up until 15 minutes before, and he just knocks out on the couch. It's feels so bad for him.
Yeah.
So close.
He'll get there.
He'll get there, yeah. Well, let's check in with the chat really quick before we get into all of the goodness that Hot Toys has rained upon us. We have Hot Toys 1/6 Masterpiece. Got a crash, but we'll watch. Had a great week. Got John Connor for 70 in Menominee on the way to the Packers game, and got the Sly Stallone Cobra. Really, really cool piece. Interesting. That John Connor, that third party one, right? I think. Oh
I
no,
think that's what you're referring to.
Terminator Salvation, maybe John Connor.
Oh my gosh, that's even bigger steal. I mean, both of them would be a steal,
Right?
Because they're both pretty sought after. Hard to find one in good condition.
Went to this Packers game, man.
Yeah, and Packer game, very
Oh,
nice,
yeah.
very nice.
It's a good game.
We got Safel. Gonna catch the replay. Have a fun stream, guys. Hashtag justice for Joker.
Yes.
Ooh,
Still on
take
that.
it back.
Yes.
Take it back. Ooh.
Cylon in the house. Hello, hello. What's good? Eddie, how are you? Good to have you here. We got Primetime Reviews channel member. What's up, everyone? Too sweet to you. I'm gonna try not to knock down my prank villain here. We got Brick Artemis in the house. We got Adric23. Hello, gentlemen. Another channel member of the Watch. Born Again. Good to see you again. Happy New Year to the Wolfpack. Happy New Year to you too. We're gonna talk about resolutions here coming up. Let's see. We got Tariq the Geek bringing that fire. We got Sneaker in the house. DLO is obviously here. Universal Key, thank you for being here. Good evening. How are you? Happy New Year. Hammer of God, what's up, guys? We got Striker. Good evening, everyone. Planning on pre-ordering that Mark II this Friday. It's a must-have for me. Ooh. It looks sweet. We're going to talk about it. We got Hawk Wars Toys, the one, the only in the house. Thank you for being here, my friend. Too sweet to you. Hope you are doing well and had a happy New Year. Tighter FL, happy New Year. We got Jazzy in the house. Yomo, good to have you here as always. Carlos, hello. What is going on?
Gonna keep the arm
Wayne Timothy, happy New Year's.
Just stay like this
Ethan
until you
Johnson.
comments.
This name looks new. We got Ethan Johnson in the house. Thank you for being here, Ethan. Welcome to the Wolfpack. Hawk says boring. I don't know if he's talking about my background.
Yeah, when we were talking about the background.
Okay, how's this?
Keep it up.
If I do this. Hey, there we go.
So
We got
bad.
the new display there.
Oh,
Looks great, doesn't it?
Oh god.
All right, I would take that off of there. You know, I tried. It just doesn't work. So, okay. X-Man Supreme, thank you for being here, my friend. Good to have you. Let's see here. Mike Litteris, another channel member of the Watch. Too sweet to you, my brother. Thank you for the support. Dude was doing a stream. It was New Year's Day with Shane, the 1/6 Figure Focus, and he was in a cigar lounge smoking a stogie. I was so jealous.
Man,
that's like a badass way of doing a stream.
Yeah, I was part of that stream, and all I thought was badass, and I wish I had one, but you know. Can't smoke in the house.
Right. My wife just loses it.
I could, but my wife would kill me. So
yeah. We got Doc Bat in the house. What's going on? Stacy, Jedi291, thank you for being here. Happy New Year to you. My good friend Brad, good evening, guys. What's going on? Thank you for stopping in. We got Luis in the house. What's going on, Luis? How are you? Movie Canon. Hey, Wolfpack. Hope you all had a great New Year's Eve. Had a great New Year's. Let's see. Oh, come on. Hawk says just need to get rid of the Packer display. Hawk, I don't know if you heard what Aaron Rodgers said. He's not even on the Packers anymore. And he said, is it really a rivalry if they never win? Something to think about. Anyways, just throwing salt into that wound. But anyway, yeah, I think that's everybody. We got 47 in the house. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way in. Couple housekeeping notes too. We are running the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. Thank you to Collector's Own for basically putting this on for me. We're going to be doing 3 giveaway winners. He's going to be helping me give away a Taskmaster from the Black Widow movie, and then 2 other winners will win $50 gift cards for Collector's Own. Again, this is going to be US only. I'm going to try to hit you guys up with the international stuff on something else here, because obviously I do appreciate you guys too. But yeah, just go to that video, give it a watch. You'll see how to enter. Basically, leave a comment up to the specifications, subscribe, and make sure you go follow Collector's Own on IG. I will put the link. I did put the link in that video. So, and speaking of Marcos, Collector's Own, he is in the house. What is going on, my friend? And he is going to be our special guest next week, Wednesday, when we do the giveaway. So you guys don't want to miss that. Again, a free hot toy, some free money to spend. So don't miss out on that. Just want to give back a little bit, and Marcos is helping me do that. So thank you very much, sir. Do appreciate that. Go check out his website if you haven't already and see what you could maybe bring home. All right. I think we're good. We got Leighton in the house too. Just want to say hi to him. What's up, gents? Happy to see you guys. And yet another year on the channel and collecting. This year's going to be damaging. Yeah, it's going to be rough. I haven't recouped from last year yet, but Collector Joey in the house too. What's going on, my friend? Always got to say hello to Joey. And Joey, just want you to know, CD Lamb helped me win a Dynasty Championship this year. So I gotta give the Cowboys props because I'm a big CD fan. And actually, I made a trade with Rob in one of our leagues in the draft. It was this league.
Oh, we
had a three-way trade going on, right? Hey, come on, now, I'm gonna get demonetized. We had a three-way trade, and our buddy Chad, I was giving up a first and Michael Pittman, and then you had CD Lamb, and he had Garrett Wilson. I was just gonna do a trade with him for Garrett Wilson, and he's like, "Well, I'll throw CD Lamb, and I'll take Garrett." And he's like, "Just you pick which one you want." I picked CD Lamb, and
I wanted Garrett Wilson because of Aaron Rodgers. Didn't work.
And I won by 4 points.
You know who won me a redraft league with this Hot Toys peeps? Aaron Jones. You know who dropped Aaron Jones?
Gosh. Wow.
DLO the Collector.
Damn,
He got me 13
shots.
It really didn't help me much, but
He'll
I
score
won.
you a touchdown, whatever. He didn't hurt
Shots
you.
fired.
That was a bomb
Shots
cheer.
fired.
I just feel like we're hating on everybody with fantasy, so why not?
So we just talked about, last year was awesome for collecting. I mean, 2023 was great. What was your guys' recap? Like in a few thoughts, like what are you taking with you going into 2024? I guess maybe as an overview of 2023, if that makes any sense. I haven't thought about this, and I'm sure you guys haven't either, but is there anything that just pops in your mind of anything that you're bringing to 2024 collecting wise that you kind of learned or I don't know, picked up in 2023, or just do you have a recap of 2023? D'Lo, I see the gears going in your head. I want you to start with this one.
Yeah, no, it's a very good question, Graham. I mean, for me, this makes it going to be year 8 for me. No, sorry, year 9. Yeesh, I'm going to go into year 9 at the end of this year here. So going into, I would say for me, 2023, collecting got fun again, which is super positive. Not necessarily figure related, so to speak, but I kind of changed a lot of my philosophy of how I collect and what I need. Do I need to collect lines? Do I need to collect this? Do I need to get multiples? And I just really started focusing on really trying to zone in on what's going to make me happy with collecting. And it was good. I mean, having my first year getting my Magic case at the beginning of the year really set the tone because I had a nice complete space to really truly build my vision I've had for years and really kind of see it into focus. And yeah, I mean, I came home with a lot of figures. I mean, some of them were figures a lot of people wanted, some figures people didn't want, but they were special to me. And honestly, I just feel like my collection is in the healthiest space it's been in a very long time. So it was just fun. Last year for me was just back to basics and a lot of fun again.
No, that's awesome. And obviously that's what it should be about. I think there's 2 things that I'm taking with me from 2023 to 2024. The first one is I felt like I finally started coming into my own when it comes to my display and my figures. I mean, you guys know me. You give me shit a lot for moving figures and kind of getting the new stuff and moving the old. And I'm that's just kind of my personality anyway, is just I can detach from something and then get the new thing. But I found out though I was having a little bit of regrets with some of that. So there were some things that I bought again in 2023. I kind of slowed down on the selling because I kind of got into this thing where I'm okay, I'm to a point where there's nothing I want to sell. I love all of this and how it comes together. So I felt 2023 in the later part of the year, I started coming into my own with my collection. But then also, this might not age well because I move shit around a lot, but I feel like the display itself, it becomes more clear every year. It's not all the way clear, but with the space I'm working in, you guys know, it's just kind of different. So I don't have just a big open space. It's my basement's got a lot of compartments to it. So I'm finding I'm getting closer and closer to getting the display how I want it. It's all kind of back together because in August I moved out of my office. We moved into the main living area, and then it was good, but it just kind of bothered me. It looked kind of clunky and maybe a little over the top. So I'm trying to get it to where I want to be. So I'm kind of taking that into 2024. So I guess those would be my two things that I feel like getting better at. How about you, Brick?
Man, I am buying way too many Spider-Man. So I would like to cool off on that as much as I love Spider-Man. I really this year I want to go more into the Star Wars path with Ahsoka stuff coming out toward the end of the year. We've got Anakin and Padme coming out at the beginning of the year. Hopefully it stays that way. And kind of go DC as well. So I want to focus on that, kind of expand the collection a little bit more. But last year, what I've learned is how you can spend too much and how you can save. So I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned through whether it's NRDs, the aftermarket or personal sellers that you may or may not know, and just kind of finding a way to save some money rather than just always going through Sideshow and do these pre-orders. Those pre-orders are nice, but I feel like you're spending a little bit more money than you have to. So going to try to learn from some of that this year. Not saying Sideshow is a bad way to go, but there's a lot of different routes that I'm gonna try to approach more often.
Are you gonna continue with the Spider-Men, or are you gonna kind of? I know you said getting into DC, but are you?
Yeah.
Once you get like your pre-orders in, you're gonna start limiting it that way,
yeah.
or?
Yeah, I mean, I have I guess I have 4 coming in this year yet, and should be all before May, I would assume, hopefully by April. But then after that, just slow down. I mean, we're not getting another Spider-Man movie until it looks like 2025, 2026 now. So I don't think I have anything to worry about unless they go more comic book and more. I have a feeling they might do something again from Homecoming. I feel like they would do another
Spider-Man's
version.
never off the table, man.
Right?
Yeah. But I gotta cool it, man. I mean, if they did a Kraven from the video game, I would do that. But Spider-Man in general, I've got enough. So
very good. How about you, Sneaker? You look very short today.
I lowered my chair
He's
a little
like,
bit, so my feet are on the floor. Now I'm sitting up tall. Man, I don't know. I'm kind of worried to even say anything because I feel like everything I said in 2023 just went out the window 99% of the time. I don't know, man. Like, just 2024 is going to be crazy, just the sheer amount of figures that are coming out. So I think really like one thing I took away, I feel like from 2023 is just knowing, I think looking ahead at what you want your display to look like and how you want it organized. Because there were some figures that I bought before I got my cases in, and I ended up getting rid of them because it just didn't fit. And it didn't end up fitting the look that I was going for. So I think like now it's more like when I'm getting figures, I'm planning ahead of like, okay, where's this going to fit into the setup that I have? And if I need to move something, where am I going to move it? The easy solution for that is just get more cases. I got more coming in here shortly, but because I have the room. But yeah, that's one thing. But yeah, man, I don't really. This is a really good question. I think the other thing is just like I want to expand a little bit more. It's weird because like early on when I started collecting, like I was like, I pretty much said I'm only going to do Star Wars. And then I started expanding out, and I'm really glad that I expanded out, but that comes with its own challenges because then I can't just get everything Star Wars if I'm going to expand out and get other stuff. So I think being just a little bit more selective and trying to curate things more, and yeah, but also still growing the collection. That's something that's obviously going to happen because there's a lot of stuff coming out. But yeah, that's what I'd say.
Very good. X-Man says he's taking all these delayed pre-orders into 2024. So touche. Yeah. Hopefully,
Seriously.
I mean, it seems like it comes in waves. Like they'll do like a bunch at once delayed, and then some will come out and then they'll just delay. Like, I don't know. It's just weird how that works, but Collector's Own says beautiful display, guys. I know he's talking about me, so
that Joker there, it looks beautiful.
Look at that.
yeah. I already feel uncomfortable with where I am. Like, I never knew it would make such a big difference as having that display behind me, but oh well. We gotta start.
I'm just waiting for
start
you to
over.
pull out the Excel spreadsheets and tell us how the fourth quarter went numbers wise. It feels like such a corporate zoomy kind of call today.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Let me scroll up here to Jazzy. He's like, got my second round of Maju cases, and I feel like I need more already. I mean, I think
Damn.
we all get into that same boat, and part of it is probably because of the weight. By that time, you keep growing. But like even me, like I moved my stuff, and now I'm like, oh, cool, I can get more cases. Now I need more too. So, and then sneaker, just like what you said too. And I know DLO, you've been wanting to expand more too. But do you guys ever think there's going to be a time when you're just like, enough's enough? Or is it going to take you completely running out of space before that comes?
Completely running out of space. But my problem with these Magi cases, though, is I want to buy more Magi cases, but I know if I do, then I'm going to have to slow down on figures, and I don't want to slow down on figures. I want my figures.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's hard.
I have the same thing right now for like a computer. I need a new computer. I'm like, you gotta stop, on these figures so you can pack some money away. And I'm like, I can't. Talking to myself about it, but like just for equipment too, like, how do you balance spending money on equipment but still getting all those figures? So
Right.
it's tough. But
Yeah, the
Maju
cases
cases
are-
are beautiful, and that, I mean, yeah, even when you just get them, it's almost like as addicting as getting Hot Toys. Would you guys agree or disagree?
Yeah,
I mean, it
I
just
would definitely agree
yeah,
with
go
that
ahead,
for
Joe.
sure. Just because you like instantly, like, for everything the Magic Case does, it also leaves you wanting more, right? Just
Right.
because now, like, once you get your stuff in a Magic Case and have it kind of curated the way you've always kind of hoped it would look like when you were going from your your floating shelves to your DTOS or whatever you had your stuff in. And now you have this beautiful, very elegant space now for it. Instantly, so like, man, what could I do if I had a few more? Like it's like very quick to like turn you to want to like instantly go back and go through that however long wait it took the last time to get this and build whatever. So, it's tough because I said to myself when I bought mine that that's it. This is all it's going to be. I mean, I've got a lot, right? I got a lot, and I got to get on step ladders to get to all of it. So it's definitely a lot. But now I'm like, so what if I put a couple DF-120s here? Do I really need a TV? Like, I'm having those
Right.
kind of conversations. Like,
Oh, that would
Well,
It's really
put
just
a
a
picture
chair in
that
the middle of
much?
the room, a chair that you can spin around.
right?
see figures all around you.
Yeah,
Dilo,
it's-
so I made a riser for my 6 series. So my DFs are 3 high, yours are 4. But then
Correct.
I got them 8 inches off the ground. But the
Sheesh.
6 series I can put 4 high still. So 8 inches off the ground plus 4. So I feel like it's higher than my DFs, and I feel like I'm really looking up. Does that bother you at all? That I know you have to get on like kind of like the viewing angle is so steep, or not really? You get used to it.
It's not bad from the top on a DF. 6 series it might be different. I mean, I'll let you be the judge on that there. But DF it's not so bad. The one that suffers the most is your bottom. Your bottom shelf
Right.
tends to be there, especially at the level that I'm normally seeing here from like sitting position like I am right now. Like it's hard to see the back of my DF-120s on the floor. So if I raise it by maybe 4, maybe 5 inches off the ground, I still would have plenty of good like viewing angles from up top, but I think I'd get more of my figures that kind of get neglected at the bottom. A little bit more viewing. So
And that 8 inches really helps getting that
Nope.
off the ground.
got $1 for every time I heard that one.
Boink. All right.
Oh,
We got Big Dog Pound 1 in the house. Rob, why don't you give him a big woo? How about that? Woo!
That's good.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Big Dog Pound. Single songwriters chiming in. Let's see, Mike Literis. Yeah. Always a good time. Always a good time. Let's see here. Mike says, about to pay my first invoice on my second big Magic Case order. 2022 order finally arrived today. Wow. And they already got me on the second order before I even opened the boxes. Sheesh. Dude, I can't wait to see that. You got to send us photos. Speaking of which, I want to do another collection admiration. I think that's what we should call it. I should write that down. So like for the maybe not next week, or maybe I don't know. Guys, if you want us to talk about your displays, how big or small or whatever the case, we don't care. We just like seeing other people's displays in the community. So feel free to shoot me an email. I'm going to put it in the chat here, but email me a high res photo. I don't want it on Instagram because Instagram compresses the hell out of it and it's too blurry. So you're gonna have to email it to me anyway. But I think the boys and I would love to do a show again, or at least maybe just a segment, not the whole show, but like a segment of just admiring your collection. So
yeah,
I'm gonna put my email in there right now. So if you guys want, send me a photo of your display and we will be sure to talk about it at some point. So because I always enjoyed that stuff. Plus, sometimes it even just gives me inspiration or ideas. So that's right. Collection admiration. All right. So there's the email. All right. Let's get into this. So we had some action over the holiday from Hot Toys. Got an Iron Man, a Mark II 2.0. And then Toby finally released New Year's Eve. What do you guys want to talk about first?
Dealer's choice.
Well, let's go with the Iron Man. Mark
Beautiful.
2. This is a 2.0, like I stated. This is magnificent. I think this would look great next to your 3, next to your Midas, all that good stuff. This, like, typically I get annoyed with all of the Iron Man figures, but this is cool. I dig it. I probably won't get it, but I dig it. So, Sneaker, I want to start with you on this. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so 2024 is probably also likely going to be for me the year of dabbling into some more Iron Man figures. And I think this one comes 2025, right? But I did just put in an order for a Mark III from Underground Figures. He got a small extra allotment that's already gone. But so I'm going to be getting Mark III that I went back and forth on for a while. Wasn't sure if I was going to get it. Got the D100 Iron Man. I was like, I don't think I'm going to get the Mark III. And then I just kept seeing it over and over again. It looks so good. Such an iconic moment. And then they show this. And then they show the picture. And I'm sure we'll get to the picture of like when they show 1 through 7. And that's when I was like, I think we were talking about it too in our chat. And I was just like, damn, this, like, that photo got me. And then you go through the photos of this figure's sick, man. This thing is incredible looking. Is this the first one that has the first head sculpt that has rolling eyes for Tony Stark?
No.
There's
All
more.
the more recent ones have, yeah.
All the more recent ones do.
But none of them none are out yet, though, right? None have been released.
No. Well,
Okay. I thought
Maybe check.
Iron Man
I don't know.
3 does, right? The
Oh,
Mark III does, doesn't
maybe
it?
the 3.
I don't know if the 3 does or
Let
not.
us know, chat.
Anyways, this figure looks amazing, man. It looks so cool. I love the chrome look, like this like knight armor style look. Also, it's just like a really cool moment from the movie, like when he's flying and like I remember like the part where he gets like all the ice on him, and then he's like coming down and it just like shatters off of his.
Yeah.
Like he opens up all the pieces like open up and the ice shatters off. Like the music is really good. It's just a really cool scene. But basically, I mean, this is like it's basically like a silver Mark III, right? But it looks amazing. The head sculpt looks incredible too. I think they nailed the head sculpt with this one. Rolling eyes, like I've been saying for so many other figures, it just does so many figures justice by giving them just so much versatility when you're posing, and it really just gives different looks when you move the eyes, which is awesome. Also, the base for this figure is so great. I mean, I cannot. Yeah, this is like, I'm really picky about bases, as you guys know. But this is like an arc reactor base. I really hope this is a plug-in. I really hope they don't do batteries for this. This is one that if they do batteries, like I'd probably want to modify it to do like what other people have done with their bases to where you can get it to be plugged in. Because this thing looks really sick as like this arc reactor. This is like the perfect base for this figure. Sucks that there's no flight pole. I'm pretty sure they're doing like a standard crotch grabber. So
Really?
they're doing like the yeah, I think so. Because if you go to the other pictures, like if you go to the next pictures, there's like you'll see the crotch. Yeah, there it is. There it is. So I don't think there's a flight pole.
I'm even surprised they left that in there.
Yeah, it's weird. Like they showed him hovering, like without a flight pole, and then they showed this one with the crotch grabber. So I don't know, but this figure is awesome, man. I am. We'll see. We'll see what I'm gonna do. But this like really makes me want to get into just some more Iron Man, because it would be like I've always liked Iron Man, and like now that I have a couple in hand, it's just like, yeah, I can see why people collect a lot of Iron Man figures.
It's
And you guys can
addicting in itself. It's a rabbit hole in
yeah.
itself.
And I think DLO, you can speak more to it as far as, because I know you have multiple Iron Man figures. And
How many do you have, DLO?
Right now at the moment 3, but I pretty much have had almost all of them. So
Yeah, I got my Mark 50 from you, DLO. So
what you did.
yeah.
Good.
So
yeah.
DLO, do you think you could see yourself getting this one, or is it not like iconic enough, or just good with the 3 you have?
Well, first of all, I feel like an absolute idiot for not seeing this one come, just because it's essentially, the Mark III before the paint job, right? So, like, I can't believe this one. Just like I didn't think that this was going to come out here. Not even thinking it was on Hot Toys Radar, but of course it was. But yeah, I have an affinity for OG Iron Man suits. For me personally, like I gravitate to those more just because I enjoyed that part of the story in the beginning where MCU was still very fresh and everything was new and stuff like that. I honestly, for me, I feel like I've said this before. I've been on record saying, in my opinion, Mark 7 is the best suit for Iron Man in the MCU. So for me, anything before the Mark 7 is always like on my radar of like, ooh, it comes out, it's announced like, oh man, I think I might get it. No, let me not. But now, quietly, Hot Toys has pretty much made almost all of them again. I think since the Mark 4, I guess, since the Gantry they did a couple years ago. So I mean, if collectors are big enough Iron Man fans enjoy that character and have an affinity like I do for like the older stuff, you can easily do a brand new Hall of Armor now that this one is being announced here. So you can go and get your Mark 1, which is still available on Sideshow. This one's gone up on pre-order. The Mark 3, you can still find them in some places, then so on and so forth. So, for me, now that this is announced officially, I am very, very, very tempted, and I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to be honest. I'm very, very tempted to just get the Hall of Armor and do it. And just
Mother of God.
He might do it.
I might do it because it's so darn iconic, and I love those.
So
I really
cool,
love
man.
all those armor. So, if I make any exception to like my Marvel rules I've set for myself, I think doing a Hall of Armor would be okay in my book if I bent that rule.
Even like dedicating, if you had the space, one of your cases to just all Iron Man, if you had the funds too, because obviously it's a tall order, but I mean it would look great. I know Kiko kind of did that in one of his, he showed it in his recent tour, and that's something I admire from afar, but it's not something I could ever get into. But man, it's really cool too, because like all these moving parts, but even like Single Songwriter said, you get like the rivets being shown, like because it's like that prototype Iron Man suit. Just a lot of the detail that goes into this figure. Brick.
Oh, sorry. Can I ask DLO a question real quick before I forget?
Of course.
So Hall of Armor, like what? I wonder if they're going to redo that too, because they're 2.0ing all the Iron Mans. I wonder if they're going to re-release the Hall of Armor now at some point. But one thing I would say is like, could you see yourself getting a Hall of Armor and just like putting these in like those like armor boxes essentially though? Like I would want these it would be so hard for me to just put these in the Hall of Armor and not have them displayed or posed. They're basically just going to like be in the cases. Like is that something you could see yourself like having them posed like that?
Yeah, I absolutely could. But I mean, the better question is, will I always keep it like that? Probably not, because I'm with you on that there. Like I'd like to get some action out of it there and show it off a little bit. But there's nothing wrong with like putting it in like in a museum pose inside one of the Hall of Armors and have that beautiful. I mean, maybe for like especially for photos, I think that'd look really classy. But yeah, that's the beautiful thing about collecting, man. I mean, yeah, I want that look, but I want multiple looks. And I think, kind of like Graham was saying here, if you have the space for it, which as of right now, I don't. But Brian, if you're watching,
If he's lurking, we all need cases.
yeah, but help a brother out. But all the same, like I would totally do that. I would absolutely 100% do that.
Well, and like you said, it doesn't mean it has to stay there forever.
You
I
guys,
think it would look cool though. It'd add to it.
you guys worried about like fingerprints on this?
Not really.
No.
No, but
I
I
feel like I'd
mean,
have to wipe it down all the time. I mean,
I feel like
obviously.
other Iron Man are the same. Like it's gonna be the same. It's just gonna be a different color paint.
Yeah.
I just feel like
So,
silver
I think
shows.
with the silver, yeah, you might see it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Trying to think if there's
Very
anything
close.
comparable to it, but
But I mean, not that that's gonna like get me to not
Deter
buy
you.
it or yeah,
Right.
yeah. But
Sure.
I just just a thought. But no, this figure looks awesome. The base is probably my favorite thing. I agree with Sneaker. That base is sick.
it'll be USB-C, by the way. If
I
they're
hope
making
so.
all of these, and if it's
yeah,
not,
that'd be cool.
I did a video a long time ago about you can buy these dummy batteries that just plug in too, so you don't have to like
Mm.
customize
Oh, like
it.
you plug those in and then you route a cable from that.
It comes with a ribbon cable. The
Oh,
dummy
gotcha,
batteries
okay.
go in and then it just plugs into the wall. So
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
You don't have
nice.
to
I'll
modify
100%
it.
do that.
yeah. But go ahead, Brick.
No, I mean the base is awesome. I love that. I wish they did that for every Iron
Great
Man.
pose. Love these
Yeah,
poses.
I'd want to have an
Sick.
action pose. Now, the problem is like I can like a figure and say I'm still not going to get it though. And I think this is one of those figures that until I get the Mark III, I don't think I'm going to look around to get another Iron Man. I need that Mark III first. And like I said, I need to focus on a little bit more Star Wars and DC coming up, some of my pre-orders, and then this Iron Man. But Steve, you said this would come out 2025.
I think it's 20. I've
Yeah,
somebody
it's
can correct me if I'm
January
wrong. I'm
to June
pretty sure it's
of
2025.
Now, is
So I
this on like RSVP and all that stuff? Is this?
No, I think it's up for pre-order. Yeah.
It's up for pre-order. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay. So yeah, there's a chance.
455, I think, was the price.
Terrible.
Yep.
Which I think Mark
It is
3 is.
455.
I think Mark 3 is 450. There's a $5 difference, I think, between Mark 3 and this.
Being with where your collections are at, okay, not what's more iconic, but the fact that you kind of already have like the typical Iron Man figure. Would you rather have this Mark II or the Mark III? Would you still rather have that iconic 3 with, if you like, say, you already have the 7 and the 4, so you kind of have like a representation. So would you want this, or would you still want the normal 3 over this?
Well, for me, I only have the 50, so I would definitely take the 3 over this still. But if I had like the 4 or the 7, maybe I'd be different. But yeah, I still need that 3.
How about you, DLO? I'm curious to see what you guys are. What makes you tick?
That's tough because I mean, can I say both? I mean, is that possible per se? Because I mean that sincerely because it's the same armor, just
Right.
different paint jobs and different parts of the story. So I like them both equally. Obviously, the fully completed Mark III is of course iconic, right? But I mean, I guess I'd give the edge to Mark III, not by a lot, because I favor this one as much too. Because I live for moments when I collect. When I collect, I think about the moment where I saw this and how cool it was. And Sneak already kind of said, like, the first, flight he took with that suit was really cool. It was really fun and it was very memorable. So it's like, this has, it has my respect for this suit as well too, even if it's, just a silver version of the Mark III. So, I mean, I'd say it's a coin toss. Whatever one I get first, I'd be happy with, and I'll just try to get the next one afterwards. So I'm going to cop out and just say both.
How about you, Sneaker? I know you just said you got the 3 is going to be incoming, but
Yeah, I would go with like what Delo's saying is like, I guess I would say what's going to probably make one or the other like make you tick more is probably whatever one is more just memorable for you in the moment from the movie. Because like I said, they're both essentially the same, just one's painted. They're both painted differently.
right.
So I would say they're really close. They're really, really close. I would probably give the edge to the Mark III just because of like that movie and that moment being a little more for me, but you can't go wrong with either one. I think another thing about something that this is kind of going back to 2023 that's kind of been pushing me into Marvel a little bit more too is like with the like Infinity Saga and like we're not going to see those characters really again. So now we're starting like that era of those figures is starting to get rounded out. So it's like, okay, they're not really going to like, they may drop a few more from like Infinity Wars, like within that time period of those movies. But I feel like that's kind of pushing me to get into this more too. Cause you kind of can, you know what to expect. Like, you know what you're going to get from Marvel in that room. Like, we're not going to really get like, what other Iron Man figure are we going to get? You know what I mean? That's kind of pushing me to get into Iron Man 2 because you kind of know what to expect as far as what Hot Toys is going to push out Iron Man related. So that's kind of something that I've been thinking about as well, getting into Iron Man of like, look at the movies that we got. We're not really going to get a Tony Stark Iron Man like that. Like, it's going to be few and far between. I'm sure they're going to keep selling Iron Man stuff, but as far as like this one we're talking about and like the Mark III, it's going to be a while until we get like these. Like DLO said, the Mark IV is the only one that hasn't been 2.0'd. So like all the movies from this time period are going to be taken care of for the foreseeable future. So that's kind of pushing me into it a little bit more too, because there really, I don't think are going to be too many like Iron Man surprises.
Sure. At least not that we think.
That we think, yeah.
I feel like we're always surprised, but
they're always going to come out with more Iron Man stuff and probably unique stuff, right? Because it sells really well. But with that being said, like I'm thinking more and more about the movies. That's like that one picture, like I said, when they show like the Mark 1 through 7 and how cool it looks, like it's really tempting to go like down that route.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to preference as well too that like this particular one here for collectors, just bear in mind here, if history does repeat itself, they have released this Mark II in a few different versions. Obviously, one with the Tony Stark head sculpt, but they've also done it with the Rhodey as well too. So keep that in mind here. And, you know, that's something that can potentially happen. So if you're in a situation where you're like, man, pre-orders are hitting me this next quarter, you know, I don't know if I want to do this yet. I don't want anybody to panic on that here. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but history has shown that they have gone back to the well on this figure in two different versions, Tony and Rhodes. So just, you know, don't feel the need if you're not ready yet to make the move.
FOMO. Right.
I feel like you got to find something to do with that head sculpt. Like, it's so hard for me to display an Iron Man with a head sculpt on. It's just like, I love it.
The 85.
You need a Tony Stark kit bash. Like, everyone, in my opinion, should have. If you have an Iron Man, you should kit bash a Tony Stark. It's no different if it's a Batman and a Bruce Wayne situation. They're both super awesome characters, and they both deserve a figure.
Yeah.
In the collection.
This head sculpt
awesome.
So great. Yeah.
You know, something too that I really like, again, I mentioned the rivets, which is just different, but then also you can see like pitting and weathering and whatnot just along the edges on some of the armor here. So it's not going to be like perfectly clean and pristine. It's going to look like realistic, like a little bit of imperfections on it too. Right. But overall, you know, it's still going to have a very clean look to it. But I really wish the Iron Man itself would be USB-C, so that we wouldn't have to mess with batteries, because I want to be able to light my Iron Man figures up. But Hot Toys, come on, get with it. But X-Man says, are these new taller Iron Man suits going to fit into that Hall of Armor?
I would say they do, yeah, because these all match in scale with the more recent Iron Man that we had over time, like the Mark 7 was one of the newest ones from the OG line there. That I have the 2.0 of that one there. So they're all bringing them to that scale to where they're all even. So I'd imagine that the whole armor fits the Mark 7, then it'll fit this Mark 2 as well. But that's a good question.
It's a great question. Collector Zone says, in generation of collectors improvements, Iron Man is bread and butter. Easy sale might wait on the Hall of Armor. Might improve that also. I would assume so. I mean, why not go all out? Like, why would you just kind of do all these Iron Man figures and then, you know, skip out on the Hall of Armor? But
and that
who
should
knows?
be totally USB though. That should be USB.
Yes,
like interconnected, like plugins to each other, so that way they power off the same power source.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I mean, do it like that.
Luis says, who thinks Hot Toys is gearing up for a release of the Ironmonger 2.0 die-cast plus Hall of Armor 2.0?
That would be sick. That would be sick.
Hold on to your butts, people.
I'm a sucker for villains. That would be very, very tempting.
Yeah. Let's see. Tonight, DLO is going to break his one rule. Joker voice.
I don't know about tonight. Maybe in 2025, maybe.
Jazzy is very much a dynamic poser. If you guys don't know, hit him up on IG, you'll see. But so he says, Hall of Armor for people who love museum poses. I guess nothing wrong, Jazzy, with museum poses if you do it right. Obviously, Hall of Armor, it's going to be pretty straight up and down, but I still think museum poses can be done just right and perfection. So let's see. Hot Toys 16 Masterpiece in the house. What's going on? Good evening. I'm going to buy this Iron Man and wear this around my neck. Just kidding. Let's see here. All right. Oh, yeah. Go pack. Go. Do.
Gosh.
Win and we're in, everybody. Win and we're in. All right. Yeah, so many MK for me. It's more of an icon living thing. 14 actual cost. For one division of Earth. Interesting. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to look at this? Combination of over 100 silver chrome armor pieces with reflective and metallic finish. It's a lot of shit that could get lost.
I hope their quality control is up to par, because the one thing that makes me think of something like this is like, is this all just thrown in bins in the factory and they're pulling pieces to make these figures because stuff is bound to get scratched up? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Hopefully not. But like, this is a lot of pieces
That's a
to have
lot.
to put onto a figure.
It's a little overwhelming.
Yeah,
to be
this
honest,
like
as
kind
a
of makes me a
collector
little
buying this.
nervous. Yeah.
This is totally normal for them when Iron Man. This is just showboating here. Trust me, if there's one figure you can bank on the suit being good, it's Iron Man. Head sculpt 50-50, of course, but the suit for Iron Man's that, like, I wouldn't lose any sleep over that. Although I will say, with this photo here, what I would love personally in my collection, though, I'd love to have that like in a picture frame, that right there, like encased in a frame and hanged up on a wall somewhere.
Yeah, it's cool.
Or
Like a
fully
shadow
broken.
box.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be sick.
For sure.
LED light up figure stand with articulated accessories. So I'm assuming these two pieces can articulate.
Yep.
But yeah, crotch grabber.
Is this the same? I'm sorry. Is this the same base from the Flash though? Just with
like
a collection more pieces.
At the
It
bottom
looks
part.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good call.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sneaker.
Thank you.
The D100 just came with a crotch grabber, right? Or was that a pole?
I thought it had a flight pole.
Okay. So it's interesting. It's very
I'm gonna go check.
Go check. Report back. So here's the kind of the overall what you all get. Separate rolling eyeballs, interchangeable open armor parts, providing additional display options, silver chrome armor design with reflective and metallic finish, and obviously the LED light up base. Tons of moving parts on these Iron Man figures. If you're new to having Iron Man, there's a lot to go over and to see. Lots of flaps, delicate parts, so just be careful. Sneaker, what you got?
Flight pole.
Flight pole. Okay.
Yep.
Anybody else think it's just weird that they went with a crotch grabber? It's Iron
I
Man.
do. I mean,
I think it's weird,
considering
especially
that
the scene is a flight
Weird.
scene.
the Mark III 2.0 has a flight stand. So
Right.
kind of weird. Kind of weird.
And this is literally a flying scene in the movie.
Yeah, that's
It's crazy.
I mean, it's not the end of the world or anything. It's just weird, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, see, this looks
And
sick,
for
man.
people like Jazzy, it's really going to restrict, you know, what you can do with this thing. So, yeah, this is nice.
that's
Yeah,
sick.
You know how
all the
just
Iron Man
like you
figures
get a whole DF-120 and get all 7 of these lined up and do like
Mm.
a pose for each one, man. That's what's really tempting. You know, for me, like getting more room, like I have more room, I'm getting more cases, more room to expand. And then you see this photo and you envision what this is going to look like in one case, or you put this in like a 6 series case all in a row. Man, that just would look, that's really all you need, Iron Man. Well, it's a lot, but like having 1 through 7 like that in one case was like ideal. You know, that would look
But
great.
like, back in the day, though, there's some when like Iron Man was at his peak in Hot Toys, like collecting, people had some sick displays. We're talking about like They've had the Hall of Armor in the background. They'd have the Tony Stark lab with the dummy, the workshop. I think they called it Tony Stark. Like they had so many things. Like you could really create like a whole scene with the stuff they used to do back in the. It was pretty detailed.
Cool,
yeah, I think Justin did it in one of his collections. I don't know if he still has his display. I haven't seen his recent one, but like some people were very creative with that stuff. So it wouldn't surprise me if they might just go all the way back to the well this year and start announcing some off the wall stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like Brick said, with all of the strike that was going on, there might be a lot of 2.0s reissues this year that are unveiled. So this is interesting, though. I've never seen Hot Toys like try to like commercial their other figures.
Right?
Complete the diecast Iron Man Mark 1 to Mark 7 collection with the new Mark 2 collectible figure. It's funny that I've never seen him do that before. But yeah, this thing looks dope. Do you think it'll waitlist, or do you think this thing will sit?
It's a great question.
Depends on what happens in 2024.
Yeah, I think that's probably the way.
Yeah, because I think by the way, this is
gonna...
January to June. So I mean, this could be mid 2025. By the way.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to still trend in the direction of what we've been seeing, where they're having smaller allotments and things are going waitlisted, but you can still get conversions.
Sure.
So they're not just sitting on back stock. I don't see it being really difficult to find. Like, I don't see this being necessarily being an outlier based on how other Iron Man figures have been, and how many Iron Man figures there are. That would be my crazy guess.
Yeah.
Man, I love the rivets here. Sorry, just can't get over
I know
it.
it's okay. I was just saying, there's an outside chance, because this one says January to June of 2025, because this is already available in their factories from just doing the Mark III, that this can easily be a trap, and this could easily be pushed up earlier.
Holiday 2024. Perfect holiday 2024 figure.
Yep. It was announced.
Just get the head sculpt down. Yep.
Was announced on the 31st or January 1st?
It was like just before New Year's.
Yeah.
So this could be a bad boy. Bam. Guess what? 1 year turnaround, baby. How do you like me now?
Yeah, it was like the same time they announced the release of Toby, pretty much.
Yeah. So very possible.
Holiday 2024 early release.
Proceed with caution.
Knowing Hot Toys is delayed to holiday 25, so
we got Frank Flores in the house. What's going on? Raiden Z, hello. Big Rib, what's going on? Thank you guys for being here. Peyton, hello, my friend. He said revisit Batman Returns Hot Toys. Oh, can you imagine a penguin and a Catwoman? I'd be a little not even upset. I don't get too upset about reissues, but I have the Batman Returns, and it's a really good figure as it is, and it's nice having something that's a little bit more on the rare side. So, but man, I can't believe they only did Batman for Batman Returns. Unforgivable. Hawk says the Mark III is hotter than a firecracker. Yeah, that thing went like candy. That thing was quick. But yeah, some people, Mike says waitlist. 89 Joker 2.0. I think that'll come.
That's
what do you guys think?
Yeah, 100%. I don't know about the black and white one, the mime Joker.
The mime,
yeah,
underrated. I love that one.
I love that figure.
Really cool
figure. It's actually better.
Great.
The head sculpt is better than the DX8.
Yep.
But
Agreed.
as good as the DX8 looks, I definitely could see them making a lot of improvements to it. I think with today's technology, they could make it even better.
Yeah.
So
paint apps and all that stuff there. Yeah, for sure.
So 2024 is Batman 85 years. Ooh, could happen.
Yep.
And Batman is obviously their DC moneymaker. So all right. Any final thoughts on this guy? Anybody for sure getting him?
I'm gonna get him.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this figure for sure.
Now you have to.
So are you gonna go for it though? Are you gonna get all 7?
I don't know. I'll probably be pretty patient with all 7 based on like I'll probably follow it in the market and see price wise what happens with some of these. That'll be the main thing. Just because there's so much stuff coming out that I'm already getting, so I'll probably just do it over the course of time.
That Mark 5 and Mark 1 are so cheap right now in Sideshow.
Yeah, I know.
The 7's not even that bad, but Sneaker already has the Ultimate 7 version, so he's not worried about that.
I would probably
want to still and that's the thing is like I know the 5 and the 1 are is it the 5 and the 1 that are the ones that are on sale, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're readily available right now.
Yeah, those two. See, like I would probably want to go. I'd probably want to get go backwards on the other ones first. Like the Marks. I'd probably want to get the Mark 7. I'd probably will try to get like if I go this route, I'll probably try to get the 6 that's coming out, even though I know it's been waitlisted for a while. But I'd probably try to go that route first, and I'd probably hold off and try to get a better deal on like the 1 and the 5. That would be probably my game plan if that's the route that I end up going. But we'll see. I don't want to jump the gun yet because like it's fresh. But this one is like this is a great figure as far as like uniqueness, adds good, good like unique look to the collection. You don't get a lot of figures that look like this. This is not like a typical figure that like there's always figures that come out and you're like, oh, this is cool. But this one, like to me, it stands out as something that looks really unique, which I think is cool too.
I think the 3 and the 7 are really close for me. I think I like the 7 the most, then the 3, then the 5 out of what's shown here. And then is this the 6 or is it the 4 because it's still got the circular?
That's the 4.
Okay.
The 4 is going to be the interesting one.
Bad.
Like if they re-release it, because like I think I was talking to Joey about this. He said I think it came out in 2018. And
yeah,
like
not too long ago, the gantry is what it came with and everything.
Yes,
too. It was a big deal.
Is that going to be? Do you guys think that one's going to get 2.0 like relatively in the near future? Or you think they're just going to keep?
Yeah,
because like they're advertising this as like, oh, now you can complete all of them, which I get that too. But
I think they're pushing these out, these 2.0s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if my 7 is going to get 2.0 or 3.0, whatever it's up to at this point.
I mean, there's always new collectors coming in, so people that missed out on these figures, and Iron Man is like. Like we all know, is their biggest moneymaker. So,
yeah, it's going to be differentiated just by a matter of a different accessory here or there, something like that. But
sure, yeah,
it's going to come.
Jazzy says George Clooney nipple Batman. Let's go.
I'd be down.
Dude, I would buy that.
You guys would buy a George Clooney Batman.
Yeah, listen,
I'd buy the Batmobile.
Kid, man, I don't care about that stuff. It's like whatever to me. So I mean, it's Batman. I grew up with it. Hell yeah, I'd buy it.
I don't know. I was a Val Kilmer fan growing up, and you guys know I'm not a big fan of Forever. It's okay, but like, even buying the Batman from Batman Forever, I was like, am I doing the right thing? Like Clooney, I don't think I could do. I think I would feel too dirty. I hate that. I did not know those movies were bad until people told me was when I was older. Period. I'll be honest with you.
Maybe the ice skates. That would be so cool.
The credit card.
Yeah, the credit card.
Would you like a sandwich? I'll get drive-through. Oh no, that's Batman Forever, actually.
That's Batman Forever.
But
it's the car, right? Chicks love the car.
Right.
That's Batman.
I think my father helped me hate those movies because he was a big Keaton fan. And love the Tim Burton movies, and I remember seeing it on the news like they're going a different direction, Batman Forever, and we saw it, and he was like, "Oh my God, look what they did to the Batmobile!" Basically, they murdered the Batmobile, and it was
that is ass. I will admit,
gimmicky.
I can't stand those Batmobile days.
He never forgave them for what they did to the Batmobile, but yeah, I think some of my hard feelings kind of comes from him too. Is just what good product they had and then what they went through just to make money and make it more for kids and selling toys. So
I kind of like those Batmobiles, man. I'm not saying I love them like some of these other ones, but I mean I like it. It's flashy, it kind of reminds me of playing with toys when I was a kid, and
so it worked.
I like those. Yeah, man. I'm not saying they're anywhere near as good of movies as the first two, but man, I like the flashiness. I love Robin's suit in Batman Forever, or Batman and Robin,
aka Nightwing, basically.
Yeah, right. Man, it was cool. And then give me a Batgirl too. I'll take her.
Who?
Ooh,
the Batgirl, man.
Oh, the Batgirl. Oh, that's
Alicia
right. Oh, that's right. Batgirl's in
Silverstone.
that movie. I totally
Yeah.
forgot. Alicia Silverstone.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
You know, for how gaudy those suits would be, they might actually look kind of cool. Like all displayed with their hands on their hips type
Yeah.
of thing. You got Batman in the center and then those two on his sides.
And then you
I
got
can
the
totally
spinning
see
thing.
them doing
with
something
the-
wacky. If they do Jim
Batmobile.
Carrey's Riddler,
Ooh,
like
that'd be
everybody
good.
will go back to get that stuff.
I would do that 110%. I get Jim Carrey.
I can't wait to see the Mars Toys Riddler.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jim Carrey
Mhm.
one. That's
Yeah.
gonna look good. Hawk always looking out for me. 72 in here. Only 17 likes. Hit that like button for these studs. Great show tonight. Come on, guys. You can do better than that. We got 74. You guys got some work to do. Hit that like button. Help the channel out and subscribe to my friends' channels in the description below. MD20 says, do you think 2023 quarter 4 delays will impact quarter 1 releases significantly? Thinking about Bane. I mean, I think so. Because quarter 1 always is a shit show anyway because of the Chinese New Year and things just getting pushed out. So I think so. I think it will be impacted, and even just quarter 1 figures that were supposed to be for quarter 1, I think will still get pushed out too because they take such a long time off. But let me know, what do you guys think? Sneaker,
We're already. Oh, go ahead, Sneaker.
Yeah, do I think I don't know. It's so hard to say because we're getting these like figures. Some of them are just like end up coming out early too. So I don't know necessarily that it's gonna push stuff. I think inevitably it's just gonna be the same. We're gonna get delays. They're pretty much inevitable. It's gonna happen. I don't think it's necessarily going to push a bunch of them out beyond what they are. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. This is something it's not really new for figures to get delayed. So I don't think it's going to have too big of an impact on them, to be honest.
I just feel like we're already kind of seeing it though. With Thor, that got delayed. We have Toby that was released and now is delayed from Sideshow for some reason. What was it? There was a couple other figures. DLO, you sent that picture where it was like delayed. Multiverse of Madness, Scarlet Witch was delayed again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just interesting. It's just interesting that there's certain figures that are getting pushed out, but why, if all these are getting pushed out, you get all these delays for multiple figures, then you get Wrecker, who's like multiple months early. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. I think each individual figure gets delayed for specific reasons. I don't think it's just because like they fall within that.
This.
No, I don't think necessarily it's like this figure falls within this window, so they're delaying it. I think it's individualized to each figure as to why it's getting delayed. I don't think they're just saying, oh, we're just going to push out multiple that are in this window. I think there's a reason for each of those being delayed. Like they're not, I would think they were delaying them because they're not ready. Not so like, it's hard to say because I guess I don't really know much about how they're working on figures that are supposed to come out in Q1 either. You know what I mean? But that would just be, that's kind of just like my common sense thought is that the figures just aren't ready to come out. They're getting delayed in Q1. The ones that are slated, if they're ready to be released, they're going to be released. If they're not ready, they're not. I don't think it's going to have a domino effect of them just pushing other ones out that are potentially ready, unless they're backlogged.
You don't think they like hold off on a figure that was like due out quarter 1 of 2024 and like pause on working on that because they need to focus on working on these figures that were supposed to come early? Or do you think they have enough employees to not worry about that?
That's like, I feel like the unanswered question.
Sure.
I feel like it's whatever artist is working on it, if they have to sculpt something or if they have to work on whatever details they have to work on for the figure. But I don't think that necessarily one figure delay impacts the delay of another figure unless they're directly connected with who's working on it, I guess would be.
Sure.
I guess it's really hard to say. But that's what I would think, because then we would just constantly be getting so many things push and push and push. It would have I feel like a larger effect. But it's hard to say. I don't know.
So here's the thing about that.
Yeah.
So quarter 4, first of all, Hot Toys, since I've been collecting Hot Toys, has overpromised, underdelivered when it comes to release dates and all that. We are fully aware that we've all tasted a delay before with whatever figure at some point in time, right? But quarter 4 is always messy. This is nothing new. This was last year. This was the year before that and all that. So everything that we think we know for quarter 4 completely gets thrown out the window once we hit January 1st, right? Because kind of like Graham said, we start hitting things that impact Hot Toys, like their Chinese New Year. Factories get shut down for multiple weeks at a time, and things that were in the pipeline even as far as the year before, well, even that gets pushed back as well too. Now, when they rev things back up in the factories, you're going to start seeing a slow trickling of figures within maybe February, beginning of March, etc., like that there. But stateside, you're still going to have delays with your figures. Like Toby, for example, you got to remember, Rick, Toby is available in Hong Kong right now to those guys, so they're good. Us on the States, on the other hand, because shipping and how they deliver from Hot Toys to Sideshow, sometimes they can get them out a little faster to us. Sometimes they don't, depending on the batch size. Having said all that, this is where the fun begins, right? So what will happen here is your potential figure you've been waiting for, it's going to get delayed a few times. That's how Loki's get created, Endgame Loki's happen. That's how Catwoman's happen. All those, where the hell's that figure? That comes from this quarter. This is how this all kind of happens, right?
And that's
so
quarter two.
Yeah, no, that's kind of how the way this whole always shakes out. But kind of like Sneaker said, well, what the hell with Wrecker? Things will get pushed up in the process. So this is the part which is stressful for collectors, because things are not going to come out in the order that you see on Sideshow's website for the foreseeable future. You'll probably get some kind of some rhythm to this here closer to quarter three, the beginning of quarter three, when things start popping and hitting their dates a lot more consistently here. But the first two quarters are always a what show. So it's just right now, no one's going to have the answer to why this figure is coming out before this one here. It's just going to be a matter of when they can deliver it, they're going to deliver it. And then, then we get to that part. But yeah, let's prepare. It's going to be slow this quarter here, and then eventually it'll pick up, and the figure you thought was going to be released next quarter is probably going to be this quarter. It's going to be a fun time.
See, I feel like quarter one is the messiest. Or maybe I should rephrase it and say like the slowest. Like so many that are supposed to come out in quarter one, and then they wind up, not even being delayed, but then just don't come, and then maybe finally in beginning of quarter two they start to be delayed and whatnot after they're already missing their window. But I don't know. We'll see. It's going to slow down here, like DLO said. But checking in with the chat here. Single Songwriter says, having the evolution of Batman from 66 to 2022 would look amazing on display. It's actually something I would love to do eventually, is have that, at least have, like a lineage of Batman figures. But I always struggle, though, because I have Robin from Batman Forever, and I have like the Jokers and stuff. So, I don't know. I don't know if I can do it, but I think it would look really good. Ekwan, as a kid, I thought all movies were good until I saw Batman and Robin. It's that bad.
Sneaker, have you seen Batman and Robin?
Yeah.
That's one that you have seen. Okay.
Yep.
It's actually a fun movie to watch, to make fun of. Like,
yeah,
it's exactly right.
The one,
it's one of those
one line
laugh at that one there specifically.
Yeah.
So I did a poll just to see if you guys would even be interested if they made figures from Batman and Robin. So I want to see kind of what you guys said. So I'm going to give that one more minute. So go vote if you guys haven't already. But Hawk says, tomorrow's delay only bring today's deliveries. This is typical for Sideshow. Over the next 5 to 6 figures are being shipped. Over the next week, 5 to 6 figures are being shipped. I'm going to end this poll here. See what it comes to. X-Man. Still mad they didn't give that Batgirl the nipple suit.
Man, he also said Multiverse of Madness Scarlet Witch got delayed April to June.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like pushing it closer to Scarlet Witch Artisan coming out.
Dude, you
and
know,
then, like the sculpted. It's crazy.
That I canceled that pre-order a couple months. And I could have just waited and kept my NRD, but whatever.
Yeah. Always wait.
Always wait.
Always wait till they tell you it's shipping out.
Yeah.
Or
That's
delayed,
true.
Yeah.
Hey, Sneaker, real quick, talking about shipped figures. So you know that comic Spidey where it said shipping today, and then mine
Yeah.
got changed to shipping tomorrow. Did yours do the same?
Yeah, mine went tomorrow and then today, and then now updated again to tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
It's weird. It says not supposed to be charged till Friday.
Right.
But they said it was supposed to ship out today. But yeah, mine did the exact same thing. I know a couple other people who had the same thing happen to them as well. It's just weird, man. Whatever.
Yeah.
So 20 people voted. 55% said they would buy figures from Batman and Robin. 44 said no. So pretty split.
Yeah.
Collection obsession. Chinese New Year starts February 10th. How many more released and shipped Hot Toys do you think we'll get before that? I don't know if I'd say shipped, because that's really hard to judge. Depends on where you're buying from. But like released, January is usually pretty decent.
Pretty strong.
And they usually try to sneak 1 or 2 in on February. 6, 7. Think that's a fair amount.
I'm gonna go with a handful. I'll say 5.
5.
I'm gonna stick with 4.
I'll say by February 10th.
Yeah.
I'll say 7.
So we're all in the same ballpark. All right, let's take a look at another figure, an actual release, one that was very anticipated by a lot of you out there and by some of you here on the panel as well. Toby Spiderman. You can now collect and complete the trilogy. How excited are you guys? Come on now, let's hear it.
Dude, 10 out of 10. I don't care about the smaller eyes. I can give a shit. It's gonna be come on. This is gonna be so sick in the display, and I'm not gonna judge this thing until it's in my hand. So
you can definitely tell a lot of people care about this figure by how nitpicky they're being on the internet. So I don't think it's that bad. It just, when people care that much, they're looking for all those intricate details to be 100%.
See, I'm just too excited. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna get a Toby Maguire. A lot of these people that care already have a Toby,
Sure.
and I don't. So this is very exciting to me. Same with the Andrew Garfield that came out. Everyone was pissed off that it wasn't No Way Home. It was Amazing Spider-Man. But I love Amazing Spider-Man, so I didn't care because it's still gonna fit into my No Way Home. I don't care what the box says. But yeah, I mean, that's me personally. I can't wait to get this Toby. He's going to look awesome. He's going to look great with the Green Goblin. I don't even know if I'm going to have all 3 of them together or if I'm going to have him going up against Green Goblin. But man, this is, if only we can get like a battle damaged Spider-Man from the first movie, right?
Yes.
That would be badass.
That'd be
really
sweet.
cool.
Man.
You'd have the old underwear meme, right?
Yeah.
I collect Hot Toys. So this is what my underwear is looking like when I'm buying another one. So typically with figures, we lose what is it, like 10% from the prototype to the released? 5
So they
to
say.
10% maybe.
Yeah.
Are you guys happy with this head sculpt?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
Satisfied is a good. Yeah. I'm satisfied.
It looks like Toby. It looks
It
like
looks
Toby.
a little waxy, but I think it's just the lighting of the photographs. I think in hand this will look perfectly fine.
You can definitely tell this is Toby.
Well, I should hope so. But I mean, as far as like, I feel like for me, the standard for Hot Toys from prototype to final is that like it's maybe slightly different. If I can get away with not noticing anything immediately, I think they did that. I kind of gauge it like they did a good job. If I don't, but I'm not gonna pretend that I didn't see a downgrade from proto to final on this one here. Especially the first thing that caught my attention was how damn big his head is.
I was going to say it looks
Compared to
a little large.
Yeah,
especially
it's-
at
The
this angle.
proportions are a little weird.
It is, and it's I'm not gonna
Angle.
poo-poo on the figure. I don't care. Kind of like Brick, I'm happy to have Toby in my collection. Toby was my first Spider-Man growing up, and obviously his trilogy is my trilogy, my favorite there. So kind of like what Brick said, having Goblin, having Doc, didn't get the Sandman base. I would wait for an actual proper Sandman figure if it was up to me. But yeah, it definitely is not perfect. It definitely has a lot to be desired on that there.
But are you gonna be displaying it with the head sculpt?
Yes.
Yeah.
I probably would. I mean, that it really depends on how how sorry, because I've seen some photos that are pretty gnarly. Specifically, like there's a gap in the chin area
Right.
for Toby's head sculpt to the neck, and I've never seen that bad of a miss on a Hot Toys
Damn.
figure like that before. I mean, we've had some rough sculpts, and Toby's sculpt is not bad at all, but like some of the nagging, like weird things that they did on this one just seems a little bit lazy, I guess is the word I'm looking for. You know,
Well,
just cutting corners there a little
I
bit.
don't
Or
get how they can be lazy with their big ticket items like Batman Begins, Toby Spiderman. Some of these figures that they just kind of like, yeah, get a little lazy on. Like there shouldn't be any excuse for that. Like I understand like if you have a Sylvie and you get a little lazy because it's not really like going to reach all of the masses, but when you get like a Spider-Man or an Iron Man or a Batman,
Toby Spiderman
you
is
gotta
like
make sure it's 100%.
yeah.
But for me, I'm gonna
They look
apologize here, just because like I mean, I've this has been my Spider-Man for almost 25 years.
Yeah.
Like since I was a kid. So as much as I'm not 100% in love with the final product there, I still think it's really good. I went back and did a little more research because I knew we were going to be talking about this at some point, and I looked back at some of the older Toby figures, and this is certainly going to be an improvement. Like if you guys go back, do your research and look at some of the older reviews for the Hot Toys 1.0s, for it's an absolutely a huge improvement there on that. Does it stick the landing? That's for you to decide for yourself.
Right.
But I think at the end of the day here, the question I'm asking myself, and I pose the same question to anybody who's kind of concerned about, what they're going to get when they get theirs in hand. Because I mean, it's going to be up to you at the end of the day.
Yep.
Can you live with what it is? Because you can't change it, right? So I'm going to say for myself now, just because of my sincere love for Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and for No Way Home as well too, I'm going to be okay with this one way or the other. If I need to make tweaks and changes, I can do that. I've done that with multiple figures over the years. But the only thing that's going to suck is when I know they do the eventual Spider-Man 1 version and they fix all this stuff. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, I still think it's going to be a great figure once you get it in hand.
I agree. I mean, again, some of that stuff's nitpicky. I mean, when you get them all together like this, it's going to look pretty awesome. Sneaker, you and I were the kind of the ones that were out on this line. Are you a big Spider-Man fan, like from that generation, or not so much?
Oh yeah, like if I was to get one Spider-Man figure of this bunch, it'd be Toby. But I'm not getting it. I'm not going down this I am not going down the No Way Home
next week
route.
Yep,
I just
got
can't.
Toby coming
I'm not doing it. I'm tempted. I'd be lying. I would be lying if I said I wasn't really tempted, because they're all great. But
1 week.
What'd you say? What'd you say, D-Lo?
No, I said, what if they decided to do like a D100 and it's silver and blue? Would you get that version?
A D100 Toby. Yeah, I'm not going to get these, but yeah, I think the figure looks good. I think people are going to be happy. I'd be curious, like you should poll whether or not people are going to display this with the head sculpt on. I'd be curious to see if people are actually going to do head sculpt on. I feel like I'm going to guess the majority of people are going to have head sculpt on. But yeah, you guys can speak to this a lot more than me. As far as the figure goes, I know there's some inaccuracies. I think one of the main things I was looking at was like what is up with them in the lenses? Like they just don't put, they need to put more effort into some of these lenses. In my opinion, I know it's not a huge deal, but like I had seen a post somebody put up, like the lenses for this like match the one that they use for like the suit from the Spider-Man game, like Insomniac's version of the suit, with the alignment and like the look of the lenses, but they don't make it accurate to the movie. So the lines are off and the lens orientation is slightly off. I just don't.
The head is off.
Yeah, I don't understand why like kind of like what Graham said. Like these are your big tickets. Why are you cutting corners when you're doing these things? I think another thing too is like with these suits and stuff. Like it's really the same. Like it's easier for them to use the same type of suit. It's an easy. This is also Spider-Man's like a really easy profit margin. I hate to say that, but they can reuse a lot of the same stuff. They don't really have to change a whole lot, and it's yeah, you don't. I just it just sucks. It would be nice if they put a little bit more into it. Like Joey made the comment, and I know Batman's kind of like an outlier, but they actually pushed to like make Batman as best as they could get it. Right? It's just like, well, how come they're not? How come this isn't happening all the time? One of the reasons is they have nobody to. There's no reason they need to necessarily.
no
Like nobody. There's nobody that's
That's
gonna
true.
compete with them on the level of Spider-Man, right?
But damn,
So I think they're
up with you, you know.
eventually. Yeah, I agree. But again, like DLO said too, I see the other side of it is like this is a drastic improvement over some of this older stuff. So I think overall, I don't think I've seen. Maybe somebody in chat can say whether or not they've canceled their order too based on seeing this. I don't see a whole lot of that happening. I think for the most part, if people are going to get this figure, they're gonna still get it regardless of the inconsistencies. But
That looks
can
cool.
you guys
That's
like speak
great
a little
photo.
bit? Can you guys speak a little bit to like what you think about like the neck piece too for this? Like, do you think that looks weird? Just like with the head sculpt on where he has like this like the neck ring like that.
Yeah, that part I don't like very much.
See, I'm on the opposite spectrum on that. I do like that actually.
You like it?
Yeah, just
What would
because
you? Yeah, go ahead, Deal.
I was gonna say just because with Tom Holland he doesn't have this, and a big peeve of mine for all the releases for Tom Holland Spider-Man is like his head sculpt goes directly to his neckline of his suit, so it looks like he has a giraffe neck,
Yeah.
and it doesn't feel very natural. Now the pegging system to this here, I'm not a fan of that, but I do like that it looks a little bit more connected when you put the unmasked head sculpt with this other version of the neck here, and then when you put it on, like as far as for the Andrew one so far, I find like the lines are pretty close together, so it doesn't become like a nasty distraction, that neckline that you're referring to there. But I had to resort to getting like a third party neck cover for my specific Tom Holland one, just because it looks ridiculous without it.
Yeah, that third party neck cover look good. Those look actually pretty good.
You guys saw Crook. I'll go grab mine. I'll show you.
Go get it.
Yeah. This one is like, I wish if you look at the photo, I just pulled up a photo of like what the movie version of the suit looks like. It's just like, it'd be nice if they could make it so it didn't have like this ridge, like the thick, like kind of like the thick
that ridge
over
underneath.
Yeah,
right?
it'd be nice if they could make,
That's
if they could
what
still
bothered me.
have, if they could still have this, but make it sit a little bit more flush, like not as thick of a piece. That would just look nicer. So if
You got to
it
be
was
able
a
to
little
turn
bit,
the head.
that's probably where they're running into trouble.
Right.
It's just there's some give and take there, right?
Tough,
But
because if it
Yep.
came like this, it could just be one piece, right? Seamless. But the fact
Yeah.
that it's got to be interchangeable, I think it's really tough to do.
so
I just removed D'Lo when I was supposed to.
yeah. So is
go
this
solo here.
so when you pop the head sculpt off of these, that neck piece comes off with it?
The whole
Yeah.
thing
Yeah,
from
okay.
here
Yeah.
pulls off, and it comes down to
Yeah.
here basically.
It would be so nice. Yeah. So if you make it
But-
seamless, the fabric would just basically essentially wrinkle.
But you take Tom over here, for example.
them
I had
Spider-Man.
to get this neck cover over here to go over the suit line.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Doesn't
Oh, it's
yes,
really
it doesn't
good.
have the
Really good.
actual.
See, like that's my other thing is like if a third party company's doing this, there's really like Hot Toys should be able to do this too.
Well, and Hot
it's-
Toys did that with Green Goblin. Like when you put on the head sculpt, you put on like a different shoulder covering or whatever that wraps around his neck. So why couldn't they do that to Spider-Man, where you place it on there and then you put his head on?
Yeah.
But like X-Man said earlier, I saw a comment stating that the Andrew Garfield head sculpt is looks really good. There were a lot of complaints about that head sculpt, and then when people got it in hand, it just seemed like they really liked it a lot. So I think this is going to be the same. I don't think his head is overly big. I think at certain angles it is when like you're looking up at him. But to be honest, he kind of has a big head. You know, like
He always has
compared to
this
the other
look too.
Spideys. Yeah, and
This
he always
pissed
has
off
that
look.
look. Yeah, guy is always depressed.
I love that airport
But-
scene,
Me too. I was just gonna say that when he's being videoed.
Everybody's
in the
like-
airport.
and he's just like,
He's just yeah.
You got a problem, pal?
"This is
Another
cool
cool
that you
suit
guys
would
gotta
be
do this."
when he's in the wrestling match at the beginning of the first one. That'd be another cool suit.
Man,
too.
I haven't seen those movies for years. I got to check them out again.
This Sandman base is awesome, dude. This thing
It
is
is.
so cool.
Part of me would like this because, well, I wouldn't say it's like my Spider-Man, but like this is what I was introduced to, as a kid.
Me
Like
too.
this was the first live action Spider-Man we had, so there is still some nostalgia there, but I don't know if it's to the point where I need to collect it. And that's a tough line that we sometimes have to draw as collectors because we can't get everything, and I'm kind of at that point. And I really did. I'm with Brick, like Garfield. I really liked Garfield in those movies, actually. So like that would be a cool one. I think a lot of people were pissed about Garfield because it was, didn't they want it to be from No Way Home? Because Toby is, and
Right.
then you obviously
They wanted
had,
it branded No Way Home, yeah.
and I thought that was a lot of why people were upset too. But I think the head sculpt for Garfield looks good too.
But it's young. It's on the young side though. That's
Right.
the thing. That's
Yeah.
the knock on that one there. It is good. Still is good. Just a repaint of the original one.
Right.
But it does feel a little bit out of sorts. Like once like people start getting their Tobys in with Tom and now a super young, it will feel a little nitpicky but weird though for a lot of folks. So
I think a lot of people were not. A lot of people weren't happy with the Garfield. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit.
The Garfield lenses, I feel like a lot of people are modding those because they
Yeah.
do not like the lens color. Just like why take the shortcut? Why not? It can't be that hard to fix those types of things. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
there's a set
are.
of third-party lenses you can get for the Toby ones. I saw Riley's video the other day. Shout out to Riley Reviews for putting that out there, putting me onto that. There's a company that's making like a modded version of it there, and it looks really, really good here. So I actually reached out to them today. I just pre-ordered mine.
it looks good, but I know in the video he also put like a disclaimer in there that once you take those other ones off, they're damaged. Like
Don't give a damn.
There's basically no going back.
Yep. Mhm.
Like
Interesting.
it'll like the beading on the eyes will actually like get damaged when you take them off.
Yep, don't care.
That's good to know.
Yeah, I was gonna
only
say if you don't
effect-
care and you want, I thought it looked really good too. I watched his video.
Yeah,
too.
it looks darn good.
Yeah.
So-
But it's just like if these third-party companies are creating something like that, why isn't Hot Toys? It can't be that hard for them to do it. Like why not?
It's the same thing with capes. It's the same
a
thing with
lens color.
lightsaber.
Yeah, it's just
Same
why
thing
be
with God.
corners.
Case and
Yeah.
lightsabers.
It's almost like they're
Painted
too
by-
stubborn, Too stubborn in their own
I mean,
ways.
it's cost
I think they
effective.
just-
That's the
yeah, it's-
only reason any of this.
It's cost
Right.
effective and they don't
Cost
have
effective.
to. They don't.
Mhm.
They probably are looking at their stuff and saying, "This is where our numbers are. This is what we're making. We don't really have to innovate on this because it's not affecting anything." That's
Yeah.
probably the bottom line.
And the crappy part about Hot Toys collecting in general is just like, they're getting paid off of pre-orders. They're not getting paid off of final releases. So they've made their money by the time it hits your doorstep. So at that point, it may seem a little on the crappy side there, but to them, it's like, hey, we just completed an order. We're done with this here. Whether it shows up exactly how it is, we don't say it's the final, what you're going to get. We say it's a prototype, and then, it could vary. And that's it. Their little disclaimer and their walk away from that. Outside of the times where we really take out the pitchforks and really come at them for something, they're going to cut corners. That's why Hot Toys, as much as we admire them, that's why they have their own base of haters as well, too, because people don't like that about them.
Speaking of haters, just kidding. We got Daniel in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. Also, Collector Joey says, just give us two figures, one with and one without the seam. There you go. Toby has separate rolling eyes or not? I don't think so. Right?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so.
No, nobody got separate rolling eyes until the final Andrew from the final suit. Not Andrew, I'm sorry, Tom Holland suit at the end. That's the only one that got the treatment.
I'm excited for that one.
DLO, have you secured this one yet or no?
Yeah. That was part of my my weird phase when I was just messing around with the wait list.
Right.
And one of those
Right.
converted. So yeah, I kept
Did
mine.
you get the Sandman base?
No, I don't want it. Like I honestly I think the base, as cool as it is, I think it's a cop out because for me as a fan, I prefer the figure.
Right.
So plus
It
it
take
takes
up
up
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
space.
space. I was
Yeah.
just like
Oh,
I didn't know how much I can fit in it. So I'm glad I didn't.
yeah,
because
I didn't either.
But yeah, I just kept it to the figure itself. So same thing with Andrew. I didn't go out and get the lizard one either. So I'm good with not having those. And I'll wait. Maybe I'll get lucky and they make them properly. That's a money shot right there.
So,
What do you are you guys okay with the seam here? Like, is it? I mean, it's kind of the same thing as with the portrait. Does it bother you? Like this one's a little bit more hidden.
It would just be nicer if it was seamless.
Like, yeah.
Again, just like put some R&D into that and try to get it seamless.
Yeah, it's very much the old school way of making their figures still. But
see right there, it looks pretty good. You know, from a different angle too.
I think the way that I'm going to have it posed, I'm not going to notice it. But in some of these pictures, it bothers me.
Yeah,
well, let's
it'll
end the
blend.
poll here. Let's see what people are saying about how they're going to pose their Toby Spider-Man. 30 votes. 66% said they will not display it with the portrait. 33% said yes. It's tough because,
And that's believable too. I mean,
Yeah, it
you're,
is. It
you're
could go
posing
either way.
your Spider-Man, you know, heads. I mean, you're not buying this for Peter Parker. You're buying this for Spider-Man, right?
yeah,
So,
Brick, what are your
I'm the-
thoughts?
I'm the
I
type
want to
that
hear Brick's
sorry,
thoughts.
my
'Cause I know he's
thoughts-
going head sculpt.
My thoughts are I have a lot of Spider-Man. And I have enough Spider-Man that you can see the Spidey mask and the cool eyes and whatnot, right? So when I get Toby, just like I have Garfield holding his mask like he's walking down the alley with his mask in his hand. Okay, I want that Toby look, showing that, hey, I got Toby, I got Andrew, and then I've got Tom Holland, and it just shows all the I cannot think of the word, representations of that figure. And you just see like this is Andrew, this is Toby, this is Tom, and then I also have another Tom over here with his mask on. I've got a Miles Morales with his mask on. I've got a Peter Parker 2.0 from the video game with the mask on. When you have too many masks on, unless you do like something like this, and these are like your 3 Spideys, it's badass. But I want to show that Toby head sculpt. Like, you know, when we think Spider-Man, we're like, who's the best Spider-Man? And a lot of people say Toby. Some people say Tom Holland, whatever. But that's what I like to see. Like, this is Toby. You know what I mean? And it shows that it's Toby. People coming in. If somebody comes into my room, they just, oh, you got a lot of Spider-Man. Some people, you know, don't know which is which. But if they see Toby's head, they're like, oh, that one's from, you know, the first movie. That's that first Spider-Man. And I just like to show that. I don't know. And it brings out a different look in your display too, rather than it all just looking the same. I went on a long rant in circles there, but you know, that's it's just the way I feel.
Oh,
That's
very
good,
well
dude.
said. Yeah. You know, and I was just looking at my stuff, and I find that I'm very much not a portrait person. Like Mando helmet, Captain America has his helmet on. All my Batman figures, you know, have their cowl. My Spider-Man and my Iron Man figures, you know, that, well, the Mark 85 has the Tony Stark, but everything else, like even Rescue, you know, has her helmet on. Yeah, it's just interesting that I really don't really go with the portraits at all very much here. So,
I feel like Batman's different though, because Batman, the cowls are a lot different in a lot of the movies. I mean, Spider-Man, you can say there's differences, but they all got the same style eyes pretty much, except some are bigger, some are smaller. And then they have the webbing along, you know, maybe a different color.
right.
But it just brings a different look to your display,
I think it would just be good.
in my opinion.
Maybe just like, because I like those head sculpts because I love the characters themselves. And I think, you know, kind of how we were talking about Tony Stark and Iron Man, and how, you know, a proper Tony Stark is worthy to have as a figure as well too. I think Spider-Man is the same. I personally would like to have my Spider-Man look like Spider-Man, and would like to have a separate figure for Peter Parker. I like that, the civilian look there.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't know. You know, hold on. I think I actually, give me 1 second, guys.
All
Yeah,
right.
there's a lot of stuff that they can still do with Spider-Man. Like so many villains, they have so many different Spider-Man looks from the original movie. They have Peter Parker looks that you can have from all 3 of those figures. I mean, even a Peter Parker from The Amazing Spider-Man holding a skateboard would be really badass. You have Tobey Maguire chasing after the bus, like that
Right.
that kind of like look of him in like the baggy clothes and whatnot. Just be really
All
cool.
right. Peep this. All right.
he doing?
Be careful.
Oh, I heard that from here. Look at him work, guys. Look at him work.
I hate you, for
Mad
doing
scientist.
that. What are you doing?
Something I have.
This is gonna be too awesome. I want it. Oh hey, how you doing? My nose. Yeah.
Bam.
That man.
That's cool.
What did you do? How'd you do that?
Well, I bought a
Like,
body.
Where's that body
Bought
from?
I bought a body and
Bought a
put the head
body.
on it.
bought a body. Bought the kit.
Okay.
Just popped the head. You heard that, and
Yep.
bammo.
Bammo.
That's it.
Ah, that's pretty sweet.
Uh-oh, Brick's getting ideas in his head.
Uh-oh.
I am. Man.
Oh boy.
you.
Jazzy. Jazzy likes the half helmeted
I do.
head
That's
sculpt
cool.
of Rescue, the Mark II, War Machine Mark IV. So just where that faceplate comes off.
Yeah.
I don't. I like the full head. The portrait being showed. But I don't know. It's cool because you have the magnetic piece where it flaps up too. So that is pretty cool too, I guess, Jazzy. But yeah. Cool youth pastor Toby.
There you go.
That's the way to do it, DLO.
You should
Very
put a
cool.
poll up. You should put a poll up. Who's the best
Okay.
Spider-Man? Real quick.
Oh boy.
Who's the best? What?
Spider-Man.
Me.
Am I just doing the big three?
Yeah, the big three.
All right.
No. Well, yeah. I'll
And
just
do you
put
guys-
other as the fourth answer.
There you go.
Oh,
That
okay.
works. Who's your favorite
would be-
guy?
Toby.
Toby?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine's Garfield. Just
I think mine's
We know.
Garfield.
We know.
Toby probably more just like more nostalgic than anything.
What's
I
the young
think,
kid's
too.
name? Gosh.
Toby's movies are the best.
Thomas.
But-
Tom. Yeah.
Tom.
Let's get Sneaker's other in here.
I grew a lot of love for Tom in the third movie, but his first movie was probably my least favorite Spider-Man movies ever.
I like the second one, Far From Home.
The second one was good, but the third
that
one,
one.
he grew on me a lot in that third movie.
Yeah.
Are you going to talk about the Hot Toys license tease for this year? Well, actually, that's on deck right now. So, yeah, while you guys are voting, I'm going to bring that up. So, Hot Toys was that New Year's Eve, right? They said, get ready for an incredible start to the year 2024 because we have major surprise for you. Hot Toys is proud to announce the expansion of our collection through the acquisition of several highly acclaimed production and iconic movie licenses. Among these exciting additions are Marvel 85th Anniversary, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace 25th Anniversary, Star Wars Dark Side, Batman 85th Anniversary, and many more. Join us on this exciting journey as we bring your favorite characters to life right in the heart of your collection. So they gave us a tease here. Obviously, Marvel 85. This is pretty cool here. I like this logo of Obi-Wan and Maul going at it for the 25th anniversary. You know, we only do have 2 figures from the Phantom Menace. So that, you know, that's kind of a crime in itself. But yeah, Star Wars, Batman is going to be great. How excited are you guys that they gave us this little tease? And what are you most hoping for outside of Jar Jar, of course? Go ahead, Brick.
I mean,
Jar Jar.
the one I'm most excited for is Phantom Menace. That's one of my
Mhm.
favorite Star Wars movie, guilty pleasure of mine.
And what do you think we'll get? Let's start
I
with
think-
Phantom Menace. What do you guys
Well,
think we'll get?
We'll get an Obi-Wan. That's got to be
Yeah, that's got to come.
that's got to be for sure. And I think there's a chance that we will get a 2.0 Maul, which I know Sneaker talked about in his show. So I don't want to take that from him, but I'm hoping we get. I'm hoping we get a Queen Amidala. I'm hoping we get a Jar Jar. I'm hoping to get like a Watto. and all that stuff. But yeah, the most excited I'm for is episode 1 for sure. And I would say second most excited is Batman. So just to kind of see if we get all those different colors, we finally get that blue one, you know, not the blue one, but like the blue and gray. Cool.
What about you, DLO? What do you think we'll get from Phantom?
I think Padawan Obi-Wan is a definite.
Yeah.
High probability of a new Maul. As far as something new, I would say it's going to be droid related. I think that would be probably something I would expect something to be from there.
C3.
For me though, like my heart is set on a Queen Amidala though. I really, really, truly want one of her. Just because I feel like she was at her peak, in my opinion. Like she was totally like a complete total like boss during that time. So she kind of took a backseat in part 2 and 3 after that there. But I think Queen Amidala would be my hope that they make there. But other than that, I can see there being some safe ones too. You can easily make an episode 1 Yoda. You can easily make an episode 1 Mace. Heck, you can probably make the entire council from episode 1 as well to anybody that's on the council there. So anybody that's been teased before, I can't think of his name. Steve, help me out here for a second. His name escapes me here, but he's the green Jedi with the
you're talking about
I can't think of his name right now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't episode 1 the only movie that Yoda has 3 toes or something like that, or is it 4 toes? It's different on his feet. Sneaker, you should know.
I do not know.
I think,
but I will say, for that Yoda though,
Sneaker,
thank you. If it's so, I'm thinking of there.
Okay.
But I was gonna say, in regards to, damn it, Break, you just lost my train of thought here.
Sorry.
No, you shit. You know better.
Fetish of toes.
In Revenge of the Sith
Really,
Empire
yeah.
in Return, he
Thank you. So,
mysteriously
I
grows a
think
4th toe.
I think, but keep in mind though, Yoda in episode 1 was not CGI yet. It was still a puppet, which would be excellent if you don't have an OG original trilogy Yoda in your collection. So I think puppet Yoda, I guess we'll call him for the sake of this conversation, would be something I can see being done, because that's an easy, sneaky 2.0.
Anybody think though that we could get like a Maul reissue or a 2.0?
It's a safe bet.
New head sculpt.
Very safe bet.
Removable torso.
I don't think they'll do the speeder. I think that'll be the outlier.
Right.
They'll do something different.
Yeah.
It would be cool to get an updated. What I would say, if they're gonna do a Maul, if they're gonna do a Padawan Obi-Wan, which they're 100% will. That's my number 1 most wanted, 100% from Phantom Menace, Padawan Obi-Wan. But I hope if they do a 2.0 Maul and Padawan Obi-Wan, that they give us like some cool Duel of the Fates accessories.
The door, bro. Put that.
It would be really cool to get something unique base wise, or like, I know they gave us the bases. I don't love the bases that came with Maul and Qui-Gon for like that represent kind of like the flooring. They don't like even connect really together well. They're just the same pattern. It would be really nice to get something that like represented Duel of the Fates if they reissue Maul. I think that would be really cool. Make it like, that's a very obviously like critical moment in Star Wars that I feel like they didn't really represent with these other releases. But yeah, I think Maul 2.0 is a safe bet for them to do. People will buy that.
You guys think it's too early to release Qui-Gon again though? Do you think that's a possibility?
I don't think Qui-Gon.
I really hope they do like I mean, I know it's like wishful thinking, but Qui-Gon, I've seen like some custom rooted Qui-Gons. He would be an amazing artisan figure.
Yeah.
That would he would be just great for that. But I don't put it off the table, to be honest. Like, it's been a while. I could see them reissuing him too. Also, like, I don't want to get my hopes up from what we've just seen with Return of the Jedi 40th, with only getting a couple figures. Right. Are we going to get another at this point? I don't know. But then, like, yeah, and we kind of talked about this, but I don't like, is this going to be, this could go either way. They could do what they did for Attack of the Clones and give us 4 to 6 figures, or they could give us 2 figures, one being a reissue. You know what I mean? 2 or 3 figures and move on. So it's just like, I don't want to get my hopes up too much. There's a bunch of stuff that we could hope for. But it makes me flash back to Return of the Jedi when we're like, oh my God, give us Han and Chewie
What
from
a
Endor. Give us all the. We're just
they teased the Emperor. We're definitely getting him.
Give us Bouche Leia. Oh, we're gonna get an Empire. Yeah, they didn't even do a Palpatine reissue for Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it's like I get that they're doing this, but at the same time, I don't want to get my hopes up too much for what they will do. But it's a safe bet: Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Maul, and maybe another. I don't even know if there's like another safe bet necessarily. I don't know. It'd be awesome.
Do you think they would do Jar Jar?
I think Jar Jar.
CGI. It can't be that hard.
I think Jar Jar's
you don't need a likeness.
potential. Yep, Watto would be so awesome, man. They could do so many.
Watto would be cool. But without young Anakin, is it really worth?
Nah, yeah.
Having
with Qui-Gon, it would look cool.
Also, give us a damn Plo Koon and Kit Fisto, man. Like, yeah, Kit
What
Fisto,
about a
Plo
vehicle?
Koon.
What about a vehicle, guys? Pod racer.
Pod racer would be huge.
No. Bulba or something.
That'd be way too big.
They won't do it. Too big.
How big? I'm trying to think like in comparison.
You got to remember those parts were used on like the N1.
And it's wide because they got the two.
Yeah.
Like, imagine the bark speeder, but only bigger.
The problem is between the cockpit and then the engines. I think like it's just too long and it's probably going to be a delicate piece. It'd be hard to really make that, but I don't know. It's something to think about though.
Guys, with that Darth Maul, that third head sculpt with the gritted teeth would be really cool if they did that.
I think they'll do an updated head sculpt. That figure's pretty old.
So Single Songwriter says Maul 2.0 with USB lightsabers. You guys remember in the chat when I was like jokingly saying, yeah, they'll give us a Maul reissue. The only thing different will be, the USB lightsabers are next big thing.
They'll do that
here.
for sure.
They will.
What a joke.
What, like, and Brick, you had mentioned we were talking about this behind the scenes too. You said, what if they did a magnetic body where you could slice them in half? That would be cool. I don't think they'll do something like that, but I feel like that would be cool though. Yeah, that would be something like that would be kind of unique to do if they can make it still seamless. You know what I mean? I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Not to change the subject here, but Gambit wants to know if anybody's gotten their bat cycle.
Yeah, I got mine.
Did you unbox yours yet, or are you waiting?
I didn't. I haven't been able to. I do need to do that. I'm going to do a review on it, but I just haven't had the time.
Unfortunately for me, I'm waiting on Sideshow, so it could be 2 to 4 months yet. So who freaking knows? But we'll see. But it's on the way somehow, some way.
So all the meters.
It is secured at least, because I was on the wait list for a few months for that thing. Let's see. Anything else you guys want to bring up with that Phantom Menace?
How big is that? The ship that Anakin is in at the end, where he's like kind of spinning around and shooting, is that pretty big, or would that?
It's the Starfighter.
That's big.
It's the same as the Mando Starfighter, so the N1.
Big.
So they won't make that.
Yeah.
They teased it, but don't get your hopes up.
You want a 6 foot long, at
That's
least.
what she said.
I don't, but I would love somebody else to
I'll
have.
play it. I'm proud.
It's weird because we talk about Phantom Menace and they're like, man, they've only done 2 figures, and there's so much more they need to do. But at the same time, it's kind of tough. You look at young Anakin, and that's not going to happen. You look at Watto, and you're like, I don't know if that's going to happen. Even like a Queen Amidala, there's a lot that goes into that figure. They're tougher characters because they're so unique and there's so much going on in them that you're almost like, what else could they do? Obi-Wan, obviously, like we talked about, just probably an easy one. But
I feel like Attack of the Clones is the one thing that gives me the most hope is the fact that what they did for Attack of the Clones, where they're giving us a lot of stuff. Super Battle Droid, Anakin, Padme, Mace. Like that gives me hope that they're going to dabble more into like hopefully a decent amount of figures for Phantom Menace, because that movie needs, especially like a lot of people now, like there's a lot of people who collect who love the prequels, and just there's more just outspokenness now too about the prequels. So hopefully they don't just like skimp out on that with there only being 2
though, like if there's
figures.
one you can skimp out with, As far as the 3 out of the 3 movies there, I feel like episode 1 is that one though. I feel like it was
It
a
is.
smaller, it's a
weird.
smaller, leaner story that evolves into a bigger story for the next movies.
Yep.
So
Yep.
as you
And
don't
they
have
aren't
as
gonna
many
make-
characters introduced.
Yeah.
And they're going to make
we have
him 3PO.
Yeah.
That'd
and we
be
have
true.
2 important ones already. We have
Right.
like we have 2 important ones. We need Obi-Wan. If they give us a couple more, I guess I'll be happy with it. With that being
feel like
said,
there'll
there's
be more
always cooler
filler.
stuff they can do.
I feel like this line
it's
will
probably
more
going to be
filler.
filler. There's always so much
You know?
cool stuff they could do, but then it ends up not happening.
I need a Jabba. I need a 1/6 Jabba. Man, Sideshow used to always reissue their figures like almost like 2 times a year, DLO. And I feel like they haven't done that lately at all. Like you knew if it sold out, it would come back eventually. And I haven't seen any of that stuff coming back. Like Solo and Carbonite,
Yeah.
3PO, Jabba, even
Well, they're sitting on so much of that stuff. I mean, they still have
Yeah,
the
that's probably
quarter scale Yoda out there. They had the what you call it there, the scout speeder bike before that they were making for a while. So a lot of their stuff tends to sit more outside of like the only things I can think of that was like a hot seller that they did second editions of and stuff like that was probably like the Mythos line when they were dipping into that, like with Boba and for Obi-Wan with that was really done. But with this economy and what they're packing with what they have from other like properties and collections and statues and 1/6 and all that stuff like that, I just don't think that they see that as an area of profit for them right now. Just because everything that they do have, it's the first thing to go on discount with all those
What's
coupons
pricey?
that are out there.
the
So,
Jabba.
and they are.
$850, right?
Yeah, they're all pricey. Not all of that stuff is great for the price, So maybe they're just cooling off on that for now and putting that back unless there's something that, not as bad as General Grievous comes out or something. Who knows? I think that's the last time they put something out, right? For Star Wars. Is that Grievous?
It's tough because like I said, that Solo and Carbonite would kind of come and go, and like even 3PO. Is 3PO still around on Sideshow? I don't even know.
I don't think so. I think it's gone now.
Doubt it.
Lando's still there, right? Return of the
No,
Jedi Lando?
He's long sold out.
Really?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Hot Toys one.
Oh, this guy's so effing funny.
I thought you brought up Lando as a joke.
Yeah, I didn't know where you're going with that either.
Joke's
Grant.
on me, I guess.
No, that was not a joke, but C-3PO
Man, it's
is
really,
waitlisted.
Really tough for me to get my hands on a Lando figure these days, guys.
This guy
Someone help me out.
refuses to get a Lando
Refuse.
figure.
Refuses.
We heckle him
Now I
every
feel
day.
like
We've made memes.
now I feel like I should just not buy it and just keep it going because it's fun.
Yeah, we'll find something else.
I'm over it. Yeah. You disappoint me. But listen, on the to wrap up the episode 1, my prediction, I really want that now that I've kind of talked myself into it there. I kind of want that Yoda to be done like the puppet version, like the original trilogy one. But I'd like it to be where he can do it in like kind of his meditating chair that he had as well. Like that would be pretty sick. Just to give it a little bit more
that
value.
chair would be cool. Like that third party company that's doing that chair. It looks.
You
it
know
looks
which one I'm talking about,
nice.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we need those droids. I always forget the Deca droids,
droidecas.
or whatever. Yeah,
Droidecas.
yeah, those.
You
are
got
good.
how many guys? You guys want to predict like how many you think we're gonna get from this line? Like how many they're actually gonna announce?
That was what I was just thinking that like I could see them skimping, but I could see them doing more because, like we said, with the strike, there's less new movies coming out. I'm gonna say 3 to 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with 3, maybe 4.
Obi-Wan and Maul, I think, are safe, and then you got 2 wild cards that could pop up.
I'm gonna go 5, but I'm gonna say 2 of them will be reissues and then 3
Right.
originals.
Yeah, the hopeful part of me will say 5. It'd be nice if they did at least 5 figures for this.
Guess we'll see.
Cool stuff.
Batman. What do you guys think we might see from Batman 85th year? That's tough.
A lot of
it's
stuff.
gotta be.
How do you decide what to pick?
But here's the thing, though. Like when I saw that announcement, of like Batman 85, I didn't immediately think like Keaton Batman. I didn't think like recently with the Ben Affleck version or the Batman or even Bale again. God, I hope it's not Bale again.
Oh.
But you know what the first thing I thought was in my mind was? I was thinking about the new line that Hot Toys has with the Hano line that they announced. They had Marvel figures for that. I wouldn't be surprised if we Sneaker, that's all yours. Limit to 1,000 units. You're gonna get that one, right? All right. But no, I can see them doing comic Hano inspired DC Batman. I can see that there. I can generally really see that there. The way they did Wolverine, I can totally see Batman fitting into that there, which would be
Get me a Batman
awesome.
Beyond.
Batman Beyond sick. It wouldn't be Batman Beyond.
I know,
It would
I
be,
know, but it would be cool.
It'd be like Dark Knight Comics Batman, which would be sick.
Yeah.
Oh, could you imagine?
I would low key do. But honestly, I'm a huge fan of the animated series as well too. I know Mondo's done it before, but like an animated version of the animated series would be sick as well. And I think they'll probably sprinkle in some of the movies as well too. But I think it's gonna be, more like that Hano stuff. I generally do. What about you guys?
I really don't know. I mean, I could see 66 Batman being reissued.
They're gonna reissue stuff.
What is 66 Joker? Maybe you think too?
Oh man,
I think
it's
we're gonna get an old school detective Batman from the comics, from like the original 85 years ago. That'd be cool.
I don't know. Does anybody really think Batman Returns villains will ever come? I feel like they would have already. I don't think it's gonna wait. I don't think it'll take an anniversary. I think it's more like it's got to be licensing issues or.
I was
something.
on Shane's stream the other day, and I forget who said it, but somebody mentioned Catwoman's suit would be a pain in the ass with her suit, you know, the way her material is and everything. So maybe that's why they're kind of staying away from that. I think it's possible. I don't want to say no because I mean Hot Toys is random like that, but I don't know. It's tough. We've been waiting for so long, so it's hard to say, yeah, that's going to happen because that's what I've been saying. So
You know what they'll do? They'll reissue the Batman Begins and they'll fix it because I just freaking bought mine.
That would be.
I could see them
That's
potentially
scary.
doing that.
That's scary possible though. I feel
Kind of like a Mando, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean that's such a Hot Toys agenda thing here. Like, oh, DX 40,000 over here now with a more with SIRS and now with an updated crawl, and you guys spent $300 with these other guys. Go sell them and buy our shit. Yeah, that's scary. That's scary, but that's hella possible, dude.
I think 66 is the most likely.
Hey, you think so? I mean,
It's old. It's people wanted it for the anniversary. The Warner Brothers. I don't know. I just think makes too much sense.
I think something comic makes sense.
yeah,
I do feel comics would.
I feel like if you're going back that far, like you got to represent the
Detective
OG
Comics,
stuff,
man.
right?
we're getting.
You got to represent the OG when you're going 85 years. Like you got to give us something from how this originated. You know?
Could you guys ever think about them giving us from the cartoon, the old 90s cartoon?
Oh, the animated one I was talking about.
Would
look
they
what
do
they're
an
doing.
animated, like you said, with the comic Iron Man and stuff?
Yeah, exactly. That's I
Possible.
think for sure.
It was a good show. Good show. What about Marvel 85? Another one that's really tough to pinpoint. Like
They're gonna
These are
go.
like crapshoots.
I think
Yeah.
they're gonna go more into these comic book things. I think we're gonna get like comic books of whether it's Fantastic Four, Spider-Man. We're gonna, even though we just got that one Spider-Man, but I think we'll get more. We'll get Wolverine, X-Men figures. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I just noticed Peyton 23 is in there. I'm looking at his logo right now. I mean, Golden Age Comics,
Yeah.
Batman with the original blue and gray suit would be
cool.
sick.
Dude,
Right.
I had like T-shirts with this Batman on his,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
just flying
as a
around.
kid, exactly.
That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
Also, what's up, Peyton 23?
Did you ever
Shot
close
ever.
that poll for the Spider-Man?
No,
No one voted.
No.
I say, who voted?
Let's see, 43 votes. Who's the best Spider-Man? Toby, 39%. Other, 27%. Garfield, 20%. Tom, 11%. Yeah, Tom's not my favorite.
Oh, we should put Miles on there.
I think Tom gets too much like crap for no reason there, in my opinion.
He's annoying.
I think he does pretty good.
I
Okay,
think Tom
so-
he does
with
good.
Tom.
But he's
So
an annoying kid that they've,
So
sucking
with
at the
Tom.
teat of Iron Man.
the reason why I didn't gain respect
Fair-
for him
fair
right
point.
away was because he didn't do anything himself. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like
No, he was-
Spider-Man's supposed
right.
to be smart, man. Like Peter Parker is supposed to get his gadgets, but he had Iron Man do everything for him. It was like, this isn't Spider-Man. Like, he should be doing his own stuff, you know. And then
It's just look, it smells like a brand new COVID here.
but- by the end of the story, I respected it and I loved it. But at
There's usually
first,
not this much talking during a
at
fight.
first, I was like, come on, that's not Spidey.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Marvel and Batman is tough because there's a lot they could do, but it'll be fun to see. I mean, we got the whole year to kind of, see what they unveil. I would say just be cautious.
Well, there's
because-
going to make a Joker. Let's kind of spread this out, conversation a little further here. Besides just Batman, there will be a Joker, right? It's
Yep.
just not going to be Batman only. I can see like again, I'm really feeling the comic inspiration in this here. There's going to be the movie ones. There's going to be some reissues, sure. The stuff that would make me excited, and this is the only thing that I would potentially consider against my rule of like keeping everything like realistic is Batman, like comic book Batman, animated Batman, like that stuff that I grew up and I love to death here. So I can see like if I'm doing some fan casting here, Killing Joker version of Joker. If you guys know that comic, like that would be
Oh
sick.
yeah, for sure, dude. With the hat and everything, oh,
Mhm. Yeah.
the camera, that would
Mhm.
be a 10 out of 10 figure.
I
Well, would it
love
be
that.
would it be animated or would they like try to like do what like they do with the Bad Batch? Because it's tough to fit like an animated figure in your collection unless you have a bunch of it. Like I don't know.
Unless they're coming out with a bunch of them this year, But
Yeah.
I think that's a tough part if they go animated. Like when they're gonna probably lean more towards the realism.
right.
And I wonder if they're gonna get like, what is it, Hano Studios? I wonder if they're gonna get them involved in their lines like this too. Like, are they gonna? Do you think this is gonna be a completely separate thing? Like, if they do like a comic inspired Batman for this anniversary thing, do you think they'd let Hano do that? You know
I
what I
think
mean?
your medication kicked in. I said that 10 minutes ago.
No, I know. No, I know you brought that up as a point, like that Hano Studios could do that.
My
But do
only
you think?
point.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were saying like what you would think that would be part of the line, though.
poor
I gotcha.
Snake.
This guy.
I heard you say
he's
Hano
happy
Studios.
to.
I just wasn't sure if that was like you would thought that they would be the ones to make it.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's kind of like my whole spiel as far as that's concerned. I think that we're going to get the reissues, and I think it's going to be some comic inspired Hano shit.
All right, sorry, Dila.
It's fine. It's fine. He sleeps
I'll
with his
put
eyes open.
Sneaker on mute.
Unreal.
I got Sneaker on mute, so
Jeez,
he's on
jeez.
timeout.
Pray for me.
Dude, but the Killing Joke, I can't get over that now. I need that figure. I need that to happen.
I think that would be
know.
great. I think that would
You know
be
what
great.
I want, and I've seen like customs of it is, was it the Dark Knight Returns? The big
yeah.
beefy battle damaged. I could fit that animated Batman into my collection with the big white eyes and the big grimacing chin and stuff like that. So that'd be cool.
Did they ever do a Arkham Joker Hot Toys from the video game
Oh
series?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it
Yeah.
was them or somebody else.
Really nice figure.
Yeah.
Do you have it?
No, I didn't do it. It was against the rules.
It's the rules. Yeah.
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
85 years. Artisan Harley Quinn. There we go.
Oh,
That's a great one,
good.
actually.
Yeah.
That's a really good call out there.
Oof, my sculpted Harley Quinn wouldn't like that. Or how about just the red dress Harley Quinn?
Yeah. Just
You
any
know
Harley.
what, man.
Or I know
I
what
want
Dilo said
the
too.
biker
Yeah, the
suit, man.
jumpsuit. Yeah,
The jumpsuit, man.
Yeah.
I'd be
That's
fine with
classic.
that. How many Harleys do you have, D'Lo?
Only one. Only one. I just got the one for original Suicide Squad. I
Which
was
one?
not a fan. Oh, I'm sorry. I have the normal one. You know, the red and
Okay, the
blue.
one-
That
Yeah,
and
the one I
everything.
have too.
Yeah.
Because they did the pole dancer and then they did jail suit. I think that's
Yeah.
it, right? Those three. Man. So they went all out. And then Birds of Prey, they made 2. And then for the new Suicide Squad, they made 0.
Zero.
Man.
What the hell? The only figure we got from the Suicide Squad was the shark. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Peacemaker, if you really.
Yeah, but it's under Peacemaker. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
mean,
Yeah.
They can always go back and make her like everything else is concerned. I mean, we're getting Wanda, right? Artisan from Endgame.
Right.
I mean, it's practically 5 years old at this point. So, I mean, anything's possible when it comes to Hot Toys, when it comes to these decisions there. But I wouldn't put it past them to announce a Harley. Now that Brick said it, I can't get it in my mind. I think Brick has probably got the best answer so far out of all of us so far.
And
So,
do you think we have multiple head sculpts this time?
oof,
She came out.
I don't know.
Not
That's
if-
the
not
thing,
if it's
though, because
Artisan.
when it comes to multiple head sculpts, and
Right.
Hot
Not
Toys,
if it's Artisan. That's true.
that's like another figure they can squeeze out of us. I don't know. That would be
That's true.
that'd be a tough one. But yeah, I think that's a good call out, Rick.
Single songwriter says 66 Batgirl and Bat Cycle. That Bat Cycle from
That would be
66 is pretty
that
cool.
would be so cool
That's-
though.
yeah.
How about a 66 Batmobile? Any
That would be cool.
chance? Jazzing
Mm.
did it? Could Hot Toys do it? Could we even get the Batmobile from the Batman finally?
I see that more so than 66.
Because that's a little fresher. You know, they showed that off at a couple of their
And all the love that this Batman figure is getting, they might push it.
right. That could be something too. We finally get that Batmobile.
And
I
would
feel
you
like,
guys
see, I
get
feel
it?
like we are going the whole entire Batman spectrum. We're going we are spanning 85 years here.
We are.
Marvel,
are.
we're just like, yeah, we're not really sure Batman. We're just going through one by one.
We're like, what's the most OG we can get? And then yeah, now we're talking about like the most modern thing we can get.
66
that'd be
Catwoman
cool.
is a soft spot for me. I had a crush on 66 Catwoman.
Dude,
as
that
a
would be
kid.
a cool figure.
Yeah.
Batmobile
Man.
might happen.
Which one, 66 or the Batman?
Both.
Yeah.
Bring them both.
Gosh,
Why
that'd be
not?
tough.
Hold
They're
on.
selling
Why
on a
flip side,
Batmobile.
how about Ben Affleck Batmobile? That's way better than the Batman's. Like,
I know, and they're doing a 2.0. They're doing a 2.0 BVS Batman. Why are they not giving us
That's what I'm saying, like,
that
no.
Batmobile?
I just think that the love that the Batman figure is getting right now, they would look to that figure or that vehicle first before Affleck. But
What does this mean, guys? Collection Obsession says Hot Toys sold off their 66 Batmobile prototype at an auction this past summer.
that's exactly what it sounds like. They did show a prototype. They have made one.
But what does that mean, though? Then, like, does that mean
other
it's
rights or what?
yeah, gone and done? Like,
I mean, it's
they're
just a prototype.
They
right.
sell prototypes nowadays. I mean, I think
Yeah, I mean,
Adobe
probably
picked
something
one
they
up
weren't making.
from the Dark Knight. I think he did like a tumbler that was exclusive. So I mean,
I was just wondering if it meant like it's not coming or it doesn't matter.
no, that doesn't mean that
Also,
at all.
who
Okay.
knows who knows if that's a 1-for-1 prototype? You know, like they could have more.
True.
They could have kept one. You know, I'm
Hmm.
sure they have the blueprint.
Exactly.
What about the oh my gosh, from the comics, not the Killing Joke, but it's the crazy Joker that has like the iron crown on his head. I kind
Oh,
of
I
like a
hate
bat.
that one.
Do you think
Oh yeah.
but
What
how
is that?
famous that
I
is,
hate seeing
guys?
that thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But how famous that is, I could
Right.
sound like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
I can't
true
think of
too.
it's killing something or the joke. I don't know. It's not the Killing
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it right now. The Batman Who Laughs. Thanks, Mike.
Batman
There
Who
you go.
Laughs.
Hey,
Thank you.
the Litterists. Very
The
nice.
Litterists.
Save. Do you guys think, before we end the show, do you think there will be more releases for these teases that we haven't seen or more reissues?
Releases.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say I
They're
agree
new.
with that.
They're saying new IPs. They're saying they've got 4 new IPs. So I would say that would indicate more releases.
I think
about
the
you, Brett?
effects of what's happening now, as far as like shortages of things to go to, I think that's more of a 2025 problem just because how much these things are
Yeah.
done in development years in advance. So 2024, I don't think their plans are altered, but I think we might see some impact of what happened with that writer's strike situation more in 2025, if I had to take a guess.
Gambit says, I think the only Hot Toys Batmobile that would be better than Jazz Inc. is the BVS. I don't think the other prototypes are better than Jazz Inc. And that might be true. That's probably true. Jazz Inc. does fine work, but DLO knows what I'm going to say. They will cost half the price of those Jazz Inc. ones. So I'm more of a buyer for that than I am for doubling their price. So that's all I care about. Oh man. Cool. Anything else you guys want to bring up here before we kind of check out?
Are we gonna talk about Star Wars Dark Side, or are we just leaving that one?
Yeah,
off
we
the
got
table
totally-
tonight?
Leave that one. Yeah, just leave it.
Wait,
Leave
do you
it.
think they'll do an artisan Harley Quinn? You think that's potential?
Yeah,
It's potential.
I was kidding. You
I feel
guys.
like he's trolling.
Oh,
right
I
now.
was-
I feel like
I
he's trolling
remember,
right now.
you turned your screen off at that time, so I wasn't sure.
No, I
was-
heard you.
I was being nice.
I just wanted to get that one in there.
Your medicine kicking in.
What do you think? What do you think would be released from Dark Side?
Oh, you hot flash sneaker.
Yeah, we can. Seriously. Oh, jeez.
I'd rather have the Jazz Inc. Batmobiles as well. I love the one that they're coming out with for 89, but it's not in the cards for me. So price
Yeah, I
points.
think I made a
guys.
comment the other week that I said like the cost of one of those, you can get like a junky car, a real car, and that's where I kind of draw the line. I still
Right,
stand by
and
that
even
statement there.
and even the difference between Hot Toys and Jazz Inc. You can get 3 to 4 figures. You know,
Mhm.
it's
That's rent for one of you guys. That's a mortgage for
Yeah,
one of you guys. You're
That's
like,
tough.
do what you want. Don't get me wrong, but like once we start talking that real life money like that, then like it doesn't interest me. It's not collecting anymore.
Right.
That's just
I
my
agree.
2 cents.
I agree. Sneaker, what do you think?
Yeah, the Dark Side line is interesting, man. I don't really know. Like, again, all this stuff is like pretty broad other than Phantom Menace, but yeah, they could go a couple different ways. Is this like are they going to just do like Dark Side, like Sith type Dark
Right.
Side using villains, or are they going more towards like, I was talking about this on Monday on my show, and like somebody brought up like how they're going to be doing the Acolyte show. Like, is this going to have some stuff included in that? Because it's like a newer IP. What I want is like Darth Revan, Savage Press. Those would be my first 2 that on the wish list for that. But like Darth Nihilus, Star Killer would be a really dope figure to get. So I guess it just depends on what they end up doing. I'll keep it brief because I know we're getting short on time, but yeah, I think just if it's just like there's not enough info to really say what they're going to hone in on, but those would be at the top of my wish list if they went that route. A Darth Revan would be, that would be a must-have figure. Incredible figure to get. And then, like I said, Savage Press. Yes, Asajj Ventress,
Cool.
Payton would be another really good one to get. Like any character like that. We need more villains. We need more Star Wars villains. We
Tarkin
always do.
reissue would be good. Kill the value on that Grail so I could buy one.
Would you guys be opposed if
no.
they made this like a like a let's say like a dark side version of Rey, or just make these Jedis, but like if they were in the dark side, like change up the art a little bit and just something out of like left field,
Almost like they
Right.
do with Iron Man, where they do different
yeah.
color schemes that
like a
aren't movie
venomized
accurate.
Iron Man, but make it like a dark side
Right.
Rey Skywalker.
Yeah, so you're
dark
saying like
side
this is like
Obi-Wan.
you're not like a mythos, but like if they were to like have characters that turn to the dark side,
Right.
that would be a hard thing to buy for me. I feel like
Sure.
I
there's
think
a lot of other higher priorities
yeah.
and stuff that like if they're doing a what if scenario of characters in a dark side version, that's kind of like a stretch as far as stuff
Okay.
collecting wise for me personally. I can see why people would be drawn to that, but yeah, tech.
Easy one. I'm
Um,
surprised you guys didn't bring up here is what about Cal Kestis?
Oh, please.
that'd be cool.
Like we already have the Scout Trooper from that game as well too, and then like it went completely silent on anything else after that there. Like my money is on a Cal Kestis. I feel like that's one's like for sure going to be.
That's another thing.
there.
Yeah, they're gonna just release some characters who have basically like that aren't necessarily dark side force users. You know what I mean? Like it's just yeah. Who knows?
Finish the Ahsoka line.
Well, they're gonna finish that regardless.
But maybe not.
They don't need dark
Maybe-
side for that. They're gonna finish that under the Ahsoka brand.
Yeah, maybe, I guess. It's pretty
What do
fresh, but
Is it possible?
Dark Side Anakin?
just is-
Dark
was
side
gonna say-
Anakin could drop for this.
Yeah.
But does it necessarily have to be Dark Side to match that there? I mean, it could just be kind of code for like the books and stuff like
That's-
that.
yeah.
There, you know what I mean?
That's what we don't know. Like there's it's
Ours is dark side.
ambiguous. It's ambiguous. Like it makes you think about dark side. It makes me at least think about Sith, dark side force users. So then my mind just goes right towards those characters.
Sure.
But yeah, if they do like kind of like a hybrid version, the ones that I want are Savage Press, Visage Ventress, like those more animated style would be really cool.
I'm gonna
Oh,
go old
man.
school in here. I want them to do
Jar Jar.
a Dash Rendar. OGs
Oh,
would know
dude,
that one.
please, yes.
OGs would know that one.
That would be so sick, man. What was his vehicle, the Outrider? I forget.
Crap. I mean,
it's
I was
it's the same
10.
type of ship as a Falcon.
Outrider. It
It's
is
a
the
light
Outrider.
freighter.
Yeah,
It's a light
you're-
freighter.
You're right.
Damn, dude, I played that game a lot back in the day.
Mhm.
Dash Rendar, baby.
It was hard as hell when I was a kid. Hard ass Star Wars game. But Dash Rendar would
Times.
be dope.
Good times, man.
A Knights of Old Republic, I would love that to be tackled, man. I put
Yeah,
a
give
lot
us
of
some KOTOR figures, man.
Knights of the Old Republic, let me tell you, made me fall back in love with Star Wars again. Like at that time, like the first game came out, and then they did the original trilogy on DVD for the first time. So it was a cool box art with Vader with like a chromed out half face, black, half of it silver. Really nice stuff back then. But yeah, I mean, Knights of the Republic would be a dream to have. Darth Revan would be up there with me with some of the big names for sure.
He'd be such a cool figure.
Yeah.
He would look awesome.
you guys ever play that Star Wars game on PlayStation 1 where it was almost like a Mortal Kombat type of fighting?
Yes.
style
Yes,
game?
I did.
Masters of something.
Masters of the Force or something like that, or
Oh, I thought it was that chick's name, or I don't know. Masters of Terra something. That was a lot of fun.
that
You-
was.
You'd get like Chewbacca versus Darth Vader, and they'd have their own moves.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
Terras Kasi. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. It's a good game.
I always thought
Episode
that
one,
pod
times.
racing game for the 64 was hard as shit too.
Episode
I
1
was-
Racer. That
And
game's fun, man.
I would crash. I mean, I was probably 8 or 9 too, but that was hard.
So many good games back then.
Yeah.
Was it Dark Forces on PS1 or that was really
can't
hard
think
too.
the name.
Couldn't do shit in that game. But Star Wars Dark, I don't know. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, so many good games. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes of 2024. We're looking forward to it. We're excited. It's good to have.
Masters
There's stuff
of
coming.
Terras Casey.
Yeah,
Res Casey. I don't know.
yeah.
I can't pronounce that. I just looked it up. Good luck.
At least you tried.
I tried.
So, yeah, I think we're going to call it a night here. A lot of fun hanging out with you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out, but don't leave yet. Just going to let you guys know what content we have coming out. So I'm just going to quickly start. This week, I'm going to have my top 5 most anticipated figures for 2024. Also have my Doc Brown head sculpt coming any day. So I will be doing a video comparison on that. I'm really excited for it. You guys know me, then you know that I've been hating on this Hot Toys Doc Brown for a while. So looking forward to that. And then room tour coming soon. Just got to get everything kind of set up to where it needs to be first. And we'll have other videos coming out soon too. But Brick, what do you got going on your channel there, Brick Artemis?
Yeah, man. Actually came out with a most anticipated Hot Toys video, my top 10 with a couple of honorable mentions. A couple days ago, I'm working on one for Lego as well. That one's actually harder for me than the Hot Toys one, but that one should be coming out soon, as well as a couple other videos. Yeah, I got a couple of new figures coming in as well. I got that comic Spidey and the Peter Parker 2.0. So unsure if I'm going to do a review on that comic Spidey or not, or just make a short out of that. But man, just trying to go strong, trying to make this collection look good, and wondering if I should put all my Spideys in the DTOFs and take my Star Wars out and put it in the Maji cases for now until I get more. But yeah, I guess let me know what y'all think.
It's always fun to move things around and trial and error. So funny over there, Sneaker.
Sneaker's like, why the hell do you have them in the DTOF?
You didn't have to say that for us to know that at this point.
All right. DLO, how about you, Mr. Influencer?
They give me so much crap. This is why I don't put out videos. The week I put out videos, I get this all week from these guys, just so you know. But yeah, so I dropped Collection Tour 4.0 about 2 days ago. So that was very fun. I did a lot of extra filming and learning new techniques, and I think I got somewhere in between where I like while the aesthetically the way the videos are looking now here. So I just dropped that. I was originally supposed to give you guys Marvel and DC tour, but I said, you know what, 'tis the season. I'm here doing this now. What the hell? And I did a full blown one instead. So I did a full tour of everything here. So Star Wars, DC, Marvel, miscellaneous stuff. It's all in there, and that new one there. So check that out if you haven't already seen it. As far as future content is concerned, I just finished filming my top 10 DC figures in my collection. So that is going to be dropping this weekend. It's already done. I promise you guys, it is dropping. It's done. It's done. But also for future content, I just recently purchased a custom DX Bestman Luke. You guys know how much I detest the DX 24/25 one. I believe I was on record as calling it mid last week when we were doing our review of 2023. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do my very first review ever, but I got to do it with a twist because you guys know me. I like to do things a little differently. So what I'm going to do is it is going to be a review and you guys get to score it. So I am going to have both my original and my custom together. I'm going to make the case for both, and I'm going to let you guys decide which one is better.
Interesting.
Yep. So I want
you to do that just in the comments.
I'm going to do it in the comments. It's not going to be a live or anything like that, so you don't have to tune in live directly for it there, but definitely just leave your thoughts in the comments, and that would be just all I need to know with that there. And I'll do like a follow-up video just to kind of go over the results with everybody there. But yeah, I wanted to do a little spin on it there. I just feel like, we all got our specific soft spots, and some people will agree with something, some people disagree with others. And all right, fine. Well, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I got both. I'm going to sell the clean one, full disclosure, but I'm going to hold on to it long enough to do this video for you guys. And yeah, I want you guys to tell me, what do you think was better? The one that I just got or the one that Hot Toys released? So stay tuned for that. That's going to be a fun video.
That'll be fun. Looking forward to it. Watch out, guys. DLO's starting to put out content. Consistently. Watch out. He's coming for us. So, Sneaker.
Go subscribe to my channel, by the way. Yeah.
I like your hat, by the way, DLO. It's a good hat.
Thanks, man. It's an all-star hat.
Yeah, I like it.
For an all-star influencer, baby.
Woo! How about you, Sneaks?
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to do a most anticipated figures of 2024 video. Great idea.
I got to get mine out before. Mine's already uploaded. I'm just waiting until Friday, my normal day. So if yours is coming up before then, I'll just put mine out right now.
No, I just need to voice over it still. I'm probably not going to get out till the weekend, but I like doing those videos. I like doing like the top 10 of 2023 as well. They're just fun. And like, I like watching other people's. They're just fun videos to watch. So I like that. Like people do a lot of them. Get you thinking about figures. But the big thing going on is Friday. I'm doing my giveaway live stream at 8 p.m. Central. There's a video on my channel that has information related to that as well. The giveaways are going to be $50 in store credit to Underground Figures, and then one winner's choice Modu case, either DF 120 or 6110.
I need to win that.
You need to win that. You have to be subscribed to the channel. The chat's going to be subscriber only chat. So you have to be a sub. You have to be sub to be able to chat. I have this program that I'm going to use in the, like in my streaming software that actually like, I'm going to have a designated hashtag for each giveaway, and you type that into the chat and it enters you in. And then it does like it just like goes down the line of names, like randomize it, just like does like it's kind of hard to explain, but like the names just like slide down the screen really fast and then it lands on one. It's cool. It's really cool. It's really cool. It's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be like an hour to an hour and a half stream probably, and then over the course of that in increments, I'm gonna be breaking up the giveaways. For the underground gift cards, you have to make, if you win, you have to make an account on their website to get the store credit added. Like I said, go check out the video on my channel. It has all the giveaway details. It's all like in the description too of that video, but there's a couple stipulations. You have to be present to win, because I want people that are there to have the opportunity to win, because I know a lot of you guys have been watching my stuff too. So it'll be a fun time. Friday night, 8 p.m. Central. I'll be promoting it on my Instagram too throughout the week, or the rest of the week, I should say. One more day. But shout out to Underground Figures and Brian from Maju Space for graciously partaking in the giveaway. And you guys, if you want to, you can join the Evil Empire on my channel. I opened up a channel membership. You can go check that out too. It's got some fun perks to it. But that's all I got.
Awesome. Congrats on being monetized and being able to get super chats and memberships and stuff like that. And I hope you feel better too. I know you're
oh yes,
kind of fighting the weather, under the weather here, but God be with you, I guess.
Appreciate it.
Stay strong, my friend.
God be with you. God, I hope I don't die tonight.
And on that note, I think we're gonna call it a night. I hope you guys,
Pray for me.
stay safe out there, and pray for. Let's pray for all of us at this point. But
antibiotics.
Keep us all in your prayers for the next 24 hours at least.
Yes. So
Boy.
yeah, stay safe out there. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Wolfpack out. Ba boom.